Hello and welcome back to another Let's Play LOTRO with me, Balthelion. So today we find ourselves over near the Madam House in Delving. We've got a couple of quests kind of scattered all over the Shire at the moment from where we did our little bit of a road trip last time, going from Woodhall to Stock. I think we stopped off in Budgeford, went Scary, Brock and Borings, just delivering a load of post. So I think we've done most of them now. I think we've just got ones to and from Needlehull to do on the post quests, but there's a load of pies that we need to collect from all over and take them back to Hobbiton, collecting all the bad pies there. But there's a couple of different quests we need to do, so we'll probably mop up some of these odd little quests today, and then see where we can go to do some hopefully some proper questing in various quest hubs. And yep, I saw there was two people ready and waiting before we kicked the stream off today, and I was pretty damn sure one of them was going to be Lost Shire Hobbit, reliable as always. So hello to you, and hello to John Bastian and whoever else might have joined us since I've gone live. But yeah, so let's get today's session on the road then. So we've got one quest to hand in at the Keep of Foxdale here. Actually, two quests to hand in.
A lovely day, isn't it?
Good day to you. So Adelard is looking for the rocket that he sent here. Well, yes, I have it. In fact, I haven't had the chance to do anything with it yet, actually. A moment, please. Ah, yes, here you are. Be careful, although it is quite old. I would wager, since it was made by Gandalf the Grey, it is still potent. So he's got one of Gandalf's old fireworks. Lost Shire Hobbit, are you that predictable? Yes. Until there's one day where you happen to miss a stream, you will be predictable.
Good day.
I'm sure it'll happen at some point where you've got some real life things going on, but thank you for showing up again anyway. So second quest, excellent. So this is it. Let me take a look at it. Yes, interesting, wonderful. It is a complete copy of the writ and is in better condition than the one already in the Mavum House. Thank you for your efforts. I trust it wasn't too difficult to acquire, was it? So we've got a two-handed sword and a one-handed sword. So neither are useful for me as a brawler. So we'll just pick the two-handed sword because it's probably going to be worth a little bit more. So we need to set off the fireworks at the Methyl stage near Bywater. So that is directly in a line between the town of Bywater and Tuckborough. And I think we've discovered that already on our Shire exploration quest. On our deeds. Where we're going? Breland Shire... Sites of the Shire, is it on there? No, we haven't actually. We still need that one. So we can maybe head over that way now, actually get that ticked off. So what the other places we need? We need the quarry in Scary. We need the Stock Tower, which as the name suggests is going to be in Stock. We need the Bridgefields Wall. And the Methyl Stage, which is what we're doing now. So
how do you do?
Let's just get a slow horse in the direction of Hobbiton, just to save us some effort of piloting our horse. What other quests have we got to do? We've got to do two more posts. So yeah, one from Needlehull back to Delving, and one from Waymeet to Needlehull. So when we do go Needlehull, we need to go via Waymeet. The Farms of the Shire, I still need to find those. 3 of those left to go. I'm pretty sure the Southfields one is literally over here, south of Bree. It's not south of Bree, south of Delving. Life of the Bounder final, we're getting there with the questing deed. So that's nice. We've only done 3 of the 12 pies though. But pretty much every town has got a pie we need to take back at some point. So we should probably tick off a few more of those today. Otherwise they're going to back up and we'll have to do the entire last live stream, assuming there's going to be a 4th one. I imagine there probably will be. Finishing off all the pie quests, which will be a pain in the backside and a bit boring, so we'll chip away at those. Slayer deeds coming along nicely, so we've got the Spider Slayer halfway to advanced. That's not too bad. We'll easily tick that off automatically just by questing in the Shire. Wolf Slayer is something we'd probably have to do a bit of extra killing afterwards. I'm not going to do that for the sake of the camera though. But already halfway on the normal. Slug Slayer, as I've mentioned previously, is a pain in the backside to do because there's only a couple of slugs in the swamp that you can kill for that. But otherwise, we're doing pretty nice with our deed log here. Right, so I'm going to jump off before we go right down into Hobbiton. Because we need to go slightly southeast. So head back up this hill. And there is a small stage out in the open. So it's just south of this road. This is the road that goes from Mickle Delving all the way to Stock, via Waymeet, sort of near Bywater, through Frogmorton, all the way over there. And there's a little path leading up this hill by this brick wall here. And this is the Methil stage. So we can plonk in there. As soon as that's popped up on our screen, that should have ticked off in our deed log. So we can just confirm that. Yep, that is ticked off. So the last 3 we need. So the quarry is literally up in Scary. The Stock Tower is east of Stock. There's a great big tower somewhere near the banks of the river. And the Bridgefields wall is somewhere up here, sort of northeast of Budgeford. Which admittedly I probably should have ticked that off the other day when we were running around doing all the posts. Hang on, so I need to set off the firework as well before I run away too fast, getting ahead of myself. So do I need to literally be on the stage? Yes. So you step onto the Methil stage. Probably going to set the carpet on fire by putting a firework there, but I will. Set off the last of the rockets. That's pretty tame by Gandalf standards. I've probably got better fireworks in my inventory, to be honest. What have we got here? Dragon fireworks. That sounds promising. Ooh. There we go. See, my fireworks way better. It's even going to do a swoop in. It's pretty cool. It's just like in the film. Not quite as heavy on the special effects, but still pretty funky. And since I know someone's probably going to ask me where do you get that from, I'd be willing to suspect that is probably from playing the game for a certain number of years. Don't ask me which year box that comes in, but I'll probably try and find that out at some point. Dragon fireworks. Right, so where are we going next? Nearest one is the last of the fireworks, so go back to Tuckborough. So we're set on the autopilot there. Lost Shire Hobbit, indeed you did the Pie and Post a couple of days ago. Yeah, takes a while, doesn't it? There's a lot of running around. There's probably someone somewhere has optimised a route to have the minimum amount of running. But I'm just kind of doing it in dribs and drabs. John Bastian says, reputation is quite easy in the Shire, though. It is. Although, I probably should be keeping track of like how many Mathams and stuff I'm collecting. Because the problem I always find with the Shire is that you don't get much reputation for the Shire in the Shire. You tend to get it a lot more in the mid-game when you get loads of Matham reputation item drops. Which is a bit different to pretty much all the other regions.
Oh, woe is me.
Oh, I can tell by the smell of your clothes that you fired off the rocket. Wonderful. Surely this will appease the old Took's ghost. I'm going to check in the library right now and make sure. I have a good feeling about this, though. I'm sure this is appease his ghost. I bet you're going to come out here and give me another quest. We'll see what he does. Linger about a bit. That was quick. You got another one? Yes, I knew you would.
Might I trouble you for some help?
I am simply at my wit's end. Nothing we have done has appeased the old Took's ghost. I can think of nothing else to do. I will never have my library back. What to do, what to do? Wait, no, it's too terrible to ask, but I must have my library back. You have done so much for me already, but could I ask you to muster up your courage and face the old Took's ghost yourself? With great caution, enter my library and perhaps, since you have done so much to try and appease him, the old Took will grant you an audience. His presence seems to be strongest in the far corner of the room by the small bookshelf. Please do be careful. So head in there. It's near this bookshelf. As you near the shelf, it starts to shake and shiver. Something is hiding behind the bookshelf. It's just a squirrel. Drive the squirrel from Adlar's library. So I think if we just kind of like get behind it, it kind of tries to run away from us. Shoo! Or is it just going to eventually run away anyway? Go on! Go away! Shoo! Go on, squirrel. Beat it. Beat it. Go on. Go on. Despawn. Go away. There we go. Alright, back outside. So all this questing has been absolutely for nothing. Come on, door. Let me out. Tell me the server's lagging again. There we go. Alright.
Please, leave me to my sorrow.
A squirrel? It was nothing more than a foul grey squirrel? Oh my, this is embarrassing. What will others think if they hear about this? Oh, I'll know what they'll say. They'll say I'm as mad as old Bilbo. Dear, oh dear. Would it be too much to ask of you not to report this incident? I will be most pleased to put this business behind me, and to think of all the trouble I put you through. I'm sorry to have been such a bother. So yeah, we get a gift madam, which is nice. We get an earring for vitality. I don't think I've actually got any earrings equipped, so yeah, I'll take that. A dagger I can't use. I'm sure I did have a level scaling earring somewhere. That was probably a rep accelerate or something, but oh well. Doesn't matter too much at the low levels anyway. So let's head back outside. No one else has got any quests. So, Lost Shire Hobbit, you're agreeing with John Bastian about the reputation. It is rather easy. You will agree with that, especially when you add Oak Barton and Dwelling in as well. So yeah, I tend to find it's generally after you've left the Shire. You're still in like Shire-related places. So like if you're going up in Evendim, where you've got like Oak Barton and Dwelling and all that kind of area, and that kind of heading into like the level 20s and level 30s, and that you tend to pick up loads of random mavens in various different places. But you don't get a huge amount of reputation. I mean, I did check before I started recording, and I still didn't have acquaintance, I think, reputation with the Maven House. So I do have acquaintance, and it's a higher tier that you need before you can enter there. Let's have a look. Yeah, so I'm still only neutral, so I've barely gained any reputation so far from just doing quests. Whereas in most other regions, pretty much every quest will give you a decent amount of XP, but in the Shire it's more kind of purely focused around the actual Mavens. So, I mean, I've got a couple of gift Mavens, so the quest rewards, tend to give, damn it, I've used it now, rewards you with the Maven items rather than just the normal reputation you might get for completing a quest. Which is an odd way of doing it, given that the gift Mavens are bound to your character anyway, so they're the only character that can use it. But I think you can trade some of these with the reputation vendor to potentially get some nice items as well. So that might be the way they've done it. But otherwise, I should probably use these gift Mavens. Is something going to attack the car, or is that it? Looks like it's just it. So we're going back to Woodhall now. Up and over the bridge. Lost Shire Hobbit. Woe is me. Oh, do shut up. Reminds me of North Downs. Yeah, they do like saying that. Talking about Ostforward and Everswim, yeah. Everswim isn't as bad these days, though. Ever since they added the boats, life's a lot easier. I think some of the regional revamps that they've done is kind of a mixed bag over the years. But I think categorically the revamp they did of Evendim way back in when they redid all the updates. So the Evendim revamp was update 1 back in the day. Just before we got on the road to Isengard, I think that is, because I'm pretty sure update 2 was the Grey Company. Hang on, I've gone past wherever I'm meant to be going. But that was definitely a good revamp. It made the quest flow a lot better. You could get your reputation very easily in that region. There's like a good number of quests in each hub. You could sort of do a round of quest, go back to town, get another round of quest, go out. rinse, repeat. It's very, very nice quest flow. As opposed to kind of like what it is in the Shire at the minute, where it's just do one quest here, one quest there, run a pie to the other end of the Shire, come back, take another bit of post to the other end of the Shire, come back. It's a little bit more of a pain in the backside, but then again, it's kind of it's like how hobbits live their lives, kind of carefree and dribs and drabs. So Longo's missing a wagon.
There.
Very curious. You say that this abandoned wagon had a wheel that was smaller than the others. That sounds like one of Longo's wagons, all right. I warned him it wasn't safe, but he wouldn't listen to me. Well, I suppose the only way to find out what became of that leaf, and perhaps Gerabert took, is to follow the trail of leaf to the south.
Stay and have some tea.
If I were to guess where that southbound trail of leaf goes, I would say it winds up at old Odo's barn. Odo Burrow was Longo's father, and he was everything Longo isn't, meaning he was a fine, respectable hobbit. When old Odo died, Longo inherited everything, including the farmstead to the south of here. Longo abandoned it, but I wonder if he isn't still using it for something. Yeah, he's running a massive drugs operation with all his pipeweed. If you travel south from the Wellbridge, west of Woodhall, you will come across the farmstead. If you search the crates and boxes out there, you might find some clue to your missing took. I have a feeling that this might be dangerous, Silry. You should bring some friends if you plan on going to that farmhouse. So this is technically marked as a fellowship quest. But I doubt we'll have much difficulty given that it's still in a low-level region. What have you got? Daisy Hornblower, you're going to have a pie for me, aren't you?
Good day. Might I
Do I
have
want to do a
word with
pie
you?
now? I mean, we could take a pie because it's going to take us back in the direction of Hobbiton over here and then come back for that. It's a bit of a long one. We're going to have to do it at some point, though. Go on, then. Pie quest.
Stay and have some tea.
Good day to you. Are you hungry? Could I offer you a bit of pie, perhaps? It was baked by my sister, Holly Hornblower of Hobbiton. She's a wonderful cook. Except for this pie, because it's crap. Bad berries? Oh, that poor thing. She's been fraying at the edges, dealing with all the people wanting her pies. She should learn to say no when people come asking about one. Well, I suppose you should take that pie there back to her in Hobbiton. Her home is north of the Hobbiton main square. Tell her she needs to rest some. Okay, so grab that pie. And we're off. So, Hungry Hobbit on the way out of town there. I don't know if I can really get around there. It's probably going to be touch and go. Do I want to risk it? Risk it for a biscuit? Ooh. No, he smelt that. Damn it. I swear he didn't notice me at the point I was closest to him. It was only when I got out of the town. We'll have to take a long detour around him.
Stay and have some tea.
At least we don't have a 5-minute cooldown on there. Right, pick up the pie. We'll go this way then. Sorry, don't mean to trample your flowers, but it's the only way out past this hobbit. That's a nosy hobbit, that's fine. They're there to check for people carrying post. Right, that should be wide enough. So, Lost Shire Hobbit, how are you getting on with your Brawler? Have you got past the starter regions yet? How are you finding it? I don't know if anyone else in the chat might have played their Brawler recently as well. I've rearranged my skills on my skill bar. We'll see how we go if we end up doing a bit of combat later. So I've got my 3 basic starter skills and the first strike, which can only be used when they've got 80% of their health or higher. Kind of as my bread and butter and opening moves. And for building my metal skills. And all these ones that I've put slightly to the right are all the ones that consume metal. Just so I can put them away from the rest of them and I know which ones consume metal and which ones build metal. So where are we going? Kind of in the right direction. I mean, if I set that as quest guide focus, I can at least see on my quest ring which one's going in the right direction then. John Bastion, you're currently grinding reputation in the Limnight Gorge. If that is as bad as I remember it, then I do feel for you. So remember back in the day when that was the end game kind of region, we had to grind out loads and loads of task items. And I think like the ones that gave the most XP were the ones that were hardest to farm. I don't know whether it was the tree branches that dropped from the angry trees that were kind of pretty tough back in the day that you kind of needed 2 or 3 people to take them down. But yeah, that used to be a painful grind. Not sure if there's an easy way of doing that these days. That's a hungry hobbit. We need to avoid that one. But yeah, I was thinking at some point of recording a new LOTRO Secrets video. And the one secret I had in mind for that could potentially be something that is hidden in the Great River region. But we shall see. But I need some inspiration for some LOTRO Secrets videos, because I'm sure there's plenty more than I know about or that are recorded on the wiki and stuff that are worth kind of sharing and touching upon. But it's just kind of get the inspiration for something to go off and kind of research and do something for. It's quite funny because I was looking, searching for like LOTRO Easter eggs. Oh Jesus, there's one to me left. I'm not paying attention. Searching for LOTRO Easter eggs the other day, the kind of inspiration for things that I could do a secrets video about, and every page that I opened, it was basically someone linking to a previous LOTRO Secrets video, which didn't help. It's just researching myself. There we go. It's mount up. So it was kind of a bit of a pain in the backside trying to find some new things, but at the same time, it's kind of good to see that people have enjoyed those previous things that kind of shed some light on things they didn't know previously. But I'm quite pleased with like the ones that have gone and talked about like the banners of the various lords and thanes inside Rohan, and how they kind of tie up to the horse and the rider poem that Theoden speaks the poem in the movies, but I think it's somebody else in the books. I don't know whether it might have been Aemma. Don't quote me on that. It's been ages since I read the books. And then the other ones as well, talking about other little things. There's like the Goldilocks and the Three Bears reference, and various hidden places all over the like Rohan and stuff. Talking about Eor's Hallow, where Eor the Young, he died in East Rohan, so upon his grave you've kind of got all these tombstones with some like little pictures and some Rohirric script underneath, kind of like talking about his life, which is something easily overlooked to anyone that doesn't study it enough and maybe understand like the script and like share it with the rest of the world. I certainly don't speak Rohirric or any other of Tolkien's languages. Hang on, I want to go in there. But no, I got that inspiration from somebody else and just kind of talk through it. But it's a nice little Easter egg. The devs do like putting in a lot of attention to detail to some of these things that probably are going to go over the heads of 99% of the players. Right, so what am I doing here? Rescuing. Phew. Right. There we go. We've unlocked Brigand Slayer, so we need 30 for the normal and then 60 for the advanced. But I'll take that off.
Dear me, what do you want?
Oh, bless that Asilia for sending you to find me, and bless you for finding me. You wouldn't believe all that I've been through, but I'll tell you about that later. For now, we must make our escape. So we're going to have to escort you somewhere.
Oh.
Don't you start going, oh, woe is me, or we're going to have problems. There we go. Spank everything. Press all the buttons. Don't know what half of them do. I'm pretty sure my number 0 skills are a run speed debuff, but that's about all I know from all my metal using skills at the minute. One of these is an AoE. Yeah, backhand clout's an AoE. Armor reduction, damage over time, and the run speed. Okay, you're not even going to make your escape. You're just going to stand here until everyone's attacked us. Shire Hobbit, you're finding it okay. You've just made it to Breeland and somehow made do with crap armour. Your friend helped you though. It's your favourite class after Burglar and Guardian. Okay, interesting. Yeah, Burglar's my favourite. I'll make no secrets about that. Even if it's not necessarily overpowered these days. I mean, don't quote me on where they currently stand in the endgame rankings, because I've not really dabbled too much in LOTRO's endgame for a long time. Like the constant grind for new gear and trying to fit that into a busy lifestyle is just, yeah, not fun. Having to replace all your stuff every couple of months. Have you run off already? I guess he has. So we've got a new class lead that's popped up. So smash through the ranks. We need to use the skills Mighty Upheaval, Backhand Clout, and Strike Towards the Sky. So Backhand Clout is this one. So that seems to be the only one I've currently got, but that's fine. Yeah, I like my Hobbit Burglar. Burglars aren't as good as they used to be back in the day. I've said it before, I'll say it again. I think Burglars were kind of at their kind of peak, arguably when the game was at its peak, kind of in like the Mori and Mirkwood days. But they've kind of fallen out of favour ever since like the Drygok raid, when that was literally like made for burglars because you needed to constantly be popping the fellowship manoeuvres all the time. But yeah, these days, I mean, you'd still have like a burglar in your raid group for the debuffs and stuff, but it's not like they're as dedicated as you need or used to need. The problems with a lot of the group compositions these days is it's just you want to bring more and more DPS. Anything that's not a like best in slot DPS class is kind of a waste. Okay, it's sending me over to Budgeford. I'll just swing it, sod it. Yeah, anything that's not like a top tier DPS class, if you're not bringing like a champions or a rune keepers in a DPS slot, then people tend to look down on you and go, no, you can't DPS as well as they can, or you're only single target, you're not an AoE class. So, I mean, most of the times you don't really need it, but some harder content you really might need the best available stuff, particularly if the players are not as good, then having the right classes can help. Right, do we want to be picking up all the quests in here? I suppose we might as well. Gonna have to do them at some point.
Gracious me! I need your help.
Things are not good in Budgeford, Silry. A pack of wolves has made its way into the Shire, and there's talk that there might be more on the way. I'm worried that my farm will soon be attacked, but more than that, all Shire folk are threatened by the presence of these wolves. And I saw... Well, it's probably not important. Never mind. Anyway, I come into town looking for help, but you should go talk to my husband, Milo, back at our farm. Just head up the hill and cut east across the fields until you see our farm. Milo will probably be out behind the house, keeping an eye on the nearby ruins, where the wolves have holed up. So that will be the Bridgefields wall, which we need to go and investigate. Let's go grab these. So this is the one we needed to hand in at.
Good day.
Saltpeter? I got mounds of it, but I tell you what, I got other problems too. Look, as long as you're here, I'm going to ask you to take care of them for me before I send that saltpeter over to Hyacinth's place.
Good day. Might I have a word with you?
See here, we got a lot of wolves off in the east and to the northeast of Budgeford, and lately some of them have gotten into my fields. Put some mighty fear into my pigs, let me tell you. So I want you to get rid of them for me. Those beastly things are all over my fields, and I'm losing more pigs every day. I'll make sure that saltpeter gets over to Hyacinth, don't you worry. So another one to kill some wolves. There's actually loads of quest rings here. Going to be picking up all the quests.
Stay and have some tea.
It used to be that harvest flies were just a nuisance. They chew on our crops and cause some damage, but you learn to live with them. Recently, though, the harvest flies have gone so far as to attack the hobbits in the Marish. I don't know what stirred them up so, but whatever it is, I wish it hadn't. If you can deal with our harvest fly problem, I'd appreciate it, Bounder. I hear there's a whole nest of them on the Yale Height, a hill a fair piece to the south and east of Budgeford. It's not very far northeast of Woodhall. There are 3 old pillars atop the Yale Height, and it shouldn't be so hard to find. So I think that's this hill just over here, just by the second L of Woodhall. So I don't think there's any more quest rings to the south, but let's just double check, make sure we don't miss anything. No, it doesn't look like it. So I think there's 2 more uphill. Boing.
Good day. Might I have a word with you?
I'm slightly amused by the fact you could abbreviate his name to make it sound like Willy Bulger. Bulging Willy. I'm in desperate need of your help. Look what I've found stuck in my door this morning. Look at this. It's such a strange arrow. The head is clear. It's certainly of hobbit make, although very, very old. The arrow shaft bears a resemblance to those made by big folk. Why would someone do this? What does this mean? It looks like the arrow came from somewhere directly north of here, near the hedge gate leading to the green fields. I'm too frightened to go over there. Who knows what is lurking? But could you go over there for me and see what you can find? So is it someone doing it maliciously or not? It could be that squirrel again. He's up to no good. 2 more over here. So this is clearly where all the Bolger family of hobbits lives, because everyone's a Bolger.
Could I take a moment of your time?
I have to tell you, I've a real problem. The hands say they've seen one of those black-cloaked big folk that have been riding to and fro, lurking around my pigsties at night. So he's talking about a Nazgul. I've been thinking about selling the farm to Lotho Sackville Baggins, and this Black Rider business makes me want to sell out all the more. I'm just happy Lotho still wants to buy, considering all the queer outsiders coming through the Shire. But I'm not sure what's going on. Maybe the hands are just scared of shadows. I want you to find out for me. Please go to the styes south of here, by the stream, at night, and see what there is to see, if anything. Is it still night time? It is. So maybe we can do that quickly before it gets to be daytime.
I'm sure it's a bother, but I could use your help.
Oh, I see you're interested in that pie. It's baked by Holly Hornblower. Do I want to do that now? No. Let's go check. Where is it? Does it have to be to the east? No, it's down here. What am I looking for? Signs of a Black Rider. No, that is definitely not a Nazgul. Bah-ha-ha-ha! Fear my wrath, Bolgers of Budgeford. I bring terror to the styes of Budgeford. It's literally a naughty
Can't a
hobbit.
body be left alone?
Cower before me, you will face my wrath. Boo! I have to go. So long. Talk to Odovacar Bolger. Wait, where are you going? Okay, so I'll have to follow you. It's fine. I can just go hand that back in. So we have to... Oh, no. Oh, no, it's fine. It's getting to pre-dawn, so the sun's starting to come up, but I've done the quest that I needed to do. So hand these 2 in.
What do you need?
What? A hobbit in a black cloak? My full work hands can't tell a man from a hobbit. Something queer is going on, and I want to know what...
Please, stay a moment.
Let me fill him in. Cam Puddifoot just told me that one of his hands spotted that so-called Black Rider heading off to the east. On foot, mind you. No horse in sight. Not even a pony. Cam says he was seen running through some fields of his, being chased by some wolves. It's bad enough we have to deal with unwanted nuisances like these Black Riders, but now we have to worry about wolves too. If this fellow gets himself eaten by wolves, I'll never know what's going on here. So you best go do something about it. Head off to Cam Payfoot's fields east of Budgeford and look for any signs of that Black Rider. So he ran off and he's getting himself eaten by wolves. So we should probably help him out. Right, where was I in the chat then? So going back a bit in the conversation. So John Bastian, you said that the task items for the rep, the best ones did come from the Huorns. All the mobs are basically elite, master, or nemesis mobs. Oh, I didn't remember them being that bad. I mean, elite masters maybe. I didn't remember them being nemesis mobs. Where are we looking? Are we looking around here? There should be something in the middle of this field. I don't know if we need to kill the wolves, but if we kill a few, it'll work for our Slayer deed. There we go. Black Cloak. Oh, that was a good jump over the fence there, Mr. Wolf. There we go. New deed, Enmity of the Wolves. So this is a racial deed. I don't know if we needed to be level 13 to unlock it, but given that we haven't locked it previously, it sounds about right. So we need to kill 50 wolves, and we get a racial trait, which is Stoop for a Stone, which admittedly is not a particularly exciting one. It can cause a 3-second daze, and it does pretty much no damage, 10-second cooldown. There are better racial traits, but if you had nothing better to slot and you managed to get hold of that, it is worth slotting for the sake of it. Right, bring back the cloak. So no sign of hobbits. Maybe they've eaten him already. Ridden us of his stupidity. Actually, we need to kill 4 more wolves in the field. So let's spank a few of these guys. Lost Shire Hobbit, you nearly died in the Limelight Gorges when you wandered there accidentally. Yeah, it's a little bit tougher than the rest of the Great River region. Back when that was the cap, the idea was you kind of go there, most likely in a small fellowship, but people used to kind of go around there in full fellowship quests just so they can kind of speed run a lot of the reputation and daily quests. But yeah, I don't know how tough it is in today's environment, where things are generally a bit easier and you generally have a bit more morale. But I imagine it's still going to be pretty tough compared to most landscape content. And Warden is one of your favourites as well. Burglar, Guardian, Warden and Brawler. And you're trying Runekeeper out on Treebeard currently though. So are those the only 5 characters you've got Lost Shire Hobbit, or do you have other characters? It's an interesting mix. I know some people like dabbling in all the classes that are available. Some people only like playing like tanks, or only play healers, or only damage characters. I like to kind of try playing all of them really, even if some of them don't necessarily appeal to me on a regular basis. Try everything at least. Keepy's finally turned up, aka Riel, for those of you who remember him in the playthrough. So, Mino Bolger.
Goodness!
Any help is welcome, Silry. I think we're going to need it. We hobbits of Budgeford aren't well suited to dealing with wolves, and the thought of wolves again in the Shire is enough to freeze my blood as solid as the Brandywine during the fell winter. If you can thin the pack a bit, we might have a better chance of keeping them away from the town. I hope you can manage it, friend. There are a lot of pigs and hobbits in Budgeford, and I'm afraid these wolves would love to have either or both for dinner. Okay, so back to kill some more wolves then. I don't know why the chicken is sat on the roof, but suit yourself. Right, this is the Bridgefields wall. So I presume I've already ticked it off on my deed. So let's kill these and see. So Eriador, Shire, Sites of the Shire, isn't it? Nope, we haven't found the Bridgefields wall. Is it the round one I need? Fiddle about. Do I need to be on this side of it? There we go, it's ticked off now. So I've just gone around the western side of it. So okay, so where the flag is. So we kind of need to be a little bit on the northeast side of this kind of L shape of the wall there. That is ticked off now. So we just need the stock tower and the quarry. So murder you. Murder you. We have possibly the one and only warg in the entire region over there wandering around. I think we do need him for a quest at some point, because he is a proper quest mob. He's not a shard dropper. So, murder you. This will be number 8. So we've completed our Wolf Slayer deed in the Shire, get some virtue experience. I may now be known as Silvery Fur Cutter. So let's mount back up, get rid of that. We need 60 more for the advanced. I can take the enmity off the tracker as well, because we don't need to track that just yet. So let's head back to Milo. Keepy says he was doing his own stream, then getting food. Yeah, food is always good. I'll probably end up eating really late because of the stream tonight.
Goodness.
Very good, Sylvie, very good. You have been a tremendous help. There's something queer about these wolves, and I've only begun to fill in the pieces. So we can get a cloak, but I've already got a nice one. Or we can get some pork sausages. And since I'm a hobbit, food is always good.
Me, I need your help.
A few nights agone, we heard a great ruckus. There were wolves fighting amongst themselves at the old ruins. Nary a hobbit dared stray out of their holes at night. Soon all the racket died down, and a good number of wolves charged through the town, right down the middle of the street, if you believe it, and disappeared off to the west. My wife Linda was caught outside when the wolves came through. None of them so much as looked at her. If you go back to Budgeford and talk to Linda, she might be able to figure out what's going on. The town's just west of here. These wolves have gotten me worried about something terrible. Someone's likely to get it. Alright. Head back into town. Lost Shire Hobbit, you have a champion and a Bjorning as well, so it sounds like you've almost got a full house. On Crick Hollow, you have a burglar, a guard, a guardian, a warden, a brawler, all hobbits, and a champion and Bjorning on Treebeard. You have guardian, warden, Bjorning, and roomkeeper. So a nice selection. Right, hand in all these quests.
What do you need?
Ha! That's a hobbit-sized cloak, all right. It must have got snagged when he was running away. Don't worry about losing his trowel. We'll soon have him.
Might I have a word with you?
Never fear. My hound Veronica will track down that Black Rider with just a sniff of his cloak. She's the best hunter in the Four Farthings. Maggot can can talk up his Grip, Fang, and Wolf all he likes. Those are the name of his dogs. But I'll stake Veronica against the pack of them. You just follow Veronica wherever she leads, and she'll find that trespasser. Veronica snuffles at the cloak, sniffs the air for a moment, and then yips excitedly. She's a bit too big of a dog to do a yip, I feel. Where are you going then? Fodder you down, see how far you get. Yeah, there's a couple of quests here. We've got to take that pie back as well at some point, so I think we'll probably do all the quests that we can over here in Budgeford, and then we'll take that pie back. Are you literally just going to send me to someone's hobbit hole? Is it going to be that easy? Down, Veronica. What's gotten into you? Suspicious.
Oh, goodness.
What? What Black Rider? Me? Of all the absurd... Oh, this black cloak. Yes, I have seen it before. I sewed it. I sewed that cloak for my good-for-nothing nephew, Fogo. Little thanks for him. I got from him as well. If you want to speak with him, he's likely at the Golden Perch in Stock, cadging drinks. I wondered what that cloak was for. He acted so mysterious about it. I'll take it back, thank you very much, and you go have a word with Fogo. So he's in Stock. We'll need to go over there at some point. Veronica the oversized Chihuahua. Yeah, indeed. So, 2 more to hand in, and then take the pie by the looks of it.
How do you do?
Hello there! You could hear all the yelping and howling a mile off. Good job. Take this pack of saltpeter I made back up to Hyacinth and tell her there's plenty more where that came from. So, back to another town in the Shire.
Mercy me!
Milo told you about the wolves passing through Budgeford. I thought he might. Well, I was a short way out of town when I saw a huge wolf standing on a hilltop. It seemed to be digging in the soil of the hill with its great paws. Then it leaped down the hill and was gone. I started on my way home as fast as I could, but as I neared the edge of Budgeford, at least a dozen wolves came running right through the middle of town. I thought I was done for, but they just ran on like I wasn't there at all. I think it might have something to do with the wolf I saw on the hilltop. It was the Yale height, I'm sure of it. That's to the southeast of here, way down across Stock Road, not far from northeast of Woodhall. The wolf was standing by the 3 pillars atop the hill. You might find something there. So that's 2 things sending us over to the Owlhide then. So let's take the pie back. And then that'd be one more pie ticked off on our list.
A moment of your time?
Oh, I see you're interested in that pie. It was baked by Holly Hornblower in Hobbiton. Usually they smell delicious, but that one smells a bit strange for some reason. Like a dirty fart. Spoiled berries. Is that why it smells a bit funny? Thank you for telling me, friend. Would you mind taking the pie back to Holly in Hobbiton? I certainly don't want a pie baked with bad berries. Her home is north of the main square in Hobbiton. Oh, and tell Holly not to work herself to death. Poor thing works day and night making those pies of hers. So, another one of the bad batch. Pick that up. Now, there is one hiding underneath that mailbox to the east. The question is, where do we cross the river? Because I'm sure there's going to be one near the bridge in Hobbiton. Now, I can cross here, because it is kind of shallow. I feel like it might be worth crossing here. It's not deep enough it's going to interrupt me, is it? I don't trust it. So there's a couple of different places that we could cross. So the shallows here is a good place to do it now. Otherwise, I think the only other place we might be able to cross is near the fishing place, which is kind of like... it's that there, just north of Bywater, which is quite a way to the west still. But since we need to be on this side of the river, take the earliest opportunity to get south of the river, and then we can just dodge the pie people. Golden Shire Teeters. What's Teeters, precious? So we might need to go round Frogmorton. Might actually be worth staying on the hill. Gotta watch out for some hobbits though. And we're actually very close to a level up. Now, have I spent my level 13 trade point? I have. So there's no trade point to spend at the minute. What have we got in here? All that crap. So there are some hobbits inside Frogmorton, so careful if you're going to run straight through there. I'm worried that if I start getting distracted too much by looking at my deeds and stuff, that I'm going to accidentally run into a hobbit right at the last minute. What's this in chat? Lost Shire Hobbit. You usually go to the fishing place in Bywater and cross the bridge there. Less chance of hobbits. Yeah, it's a nice quiet place to cross the river. John Bastian, what's your opinion on the upcoming Lord of the Rings TV series? I mean, it's early days yet. There is a hobbit down here. So obviously, for those people that haven't seen it, there has been a teaser trailer released. But there's not much to it. It's just kind of like a little bit of a voiceover narrative and a reveal of the title of the series, The Rings of Power. And not really much else. So we haven't really seen anything yet. So, I don't know. It could be interesting. Much like they did with the Lord of the Rings movies, they've kind of casted a group of relatively unknown people. I mean, I can't really remember who's in it, to be honest, off the top of my head. I know the guy that played Benjen Stark in Game of Thrones is in it, and that's probably the only person that I can remember off the top of my head. I believe, oh god, I nearly walked into another one. I believe the guy's name was Joseph Maul, if I remember correctly. I'm a useless. I remember so much useless information. Like if you ask like who has appeared in what show, and you know, if I recognise names in credits and stuff, then I'll tend to like absorb that information and think I've seen that name before somewhere. They've appeared in this show and this show and this show, and oh, it's that guy. And yeah, useless information. It's not good for, you know, it's not going to win you any prizes or anything. But my mind just kind of absorbs random stuff. Right, so we need to go to Hyacinth Took, who's in Tuckborough. So that's probably the best place to go next. But yeah, other than that, I mean, we'll see more. I think it's coming out in September, the show. So I'm hoping kind of as we get further into the year, maybe round about May or thereabouts, we might start getting some trailers showing off a bit of a first look at things. But they were meant to be doing some filming in New Zealand, so they should kind of get the kind of feel for it to kind of match up a lot to the movies. But it remains to kind of be seen what they're going to do story-wise. I mean, we know it's set in the Second Age, and the fact that they've called the show The Rings of Power does kind of imply that it is going to touch upon the various rings, so possibly dealing more like with the Elven rings, and maybe building up again to the war against deposing Sauron the first time round at the end of the Second Age. But yeah, we'll see. Obviously, they're on a TV show budget, so they're not going to end up doing like some massive like battles of Minas Tirith and stuff. Right, let's do this quest then, and I'll catch back up on the chat. There you are, my hero. Thank you for saving Geribert. You wouldn't believe how rattled the poor fellow was when he got here. He wolfed down the meal I prepared and had such a fantastic tale to tell.
Don't you walk off. I need to speak with you.
Don't you walk off. I've got more quests for you. You wouldn't believe Geribert's tale. It seems that hiding aboard Longo's wagon took him much further than anyone would have expected. You simply must talk to him. That poor fellow is inside my house just shaking something terrible. So what do we get? We can have a power earring, which is not really useful to me. I mean, I do use power, but it's more useful to a casting class, and even then not too much these days. Bracelet 6 might would definitely be useful to me. That hat is better than what I've got and gives me agility, but it is a light armor rather than heavy armor, so probably not worth picking that up. And again, the shoulders are more armor, but it's a medium armor instead of heavy, so I think I'm going to go with the bracelet. Actually, no, I can't pick it up yet. It's the end of the quest. Let's go inside. Let's go about.
Hello there.
Oh, hello again. I'm overjoyed to see you, and I really must tell you my tale. That wagon I hid aboard stopped over there on the stock road, and I sneaked off. Some big men came and carried the pipeweed away, so I followed them. Near old Odo's barn, they put the pipeweed on another wagon, and I sneaked into that one too. What a mistake! That one travelled for days and days until we finally arrived at some horrible tower. I slipped off the wagon before they unloaded it at the gates of the tower, then hid again. Soon a terrible robed man came. Some of the ruffians called him Sharky. His voice was so frightening. Even the big folk seemed scared of him. He ordered them to return here, so I hid in the wagon once more. The true irony is that once we got back to the Shire, those men spotted me and locked me up. Quite a tale, isn't it? Well, those men were scary. I think that road man is more trouble. I think the Thane should know about this. Would you mind telling him? I'm done with travelling for quite a while. So we need to talk to Thane Paladin Took. So he's inside Tookborough. Julius, hello to you as well. John Bastian, the sight of the downfall of Numenor would make something quite something to see. We'll see Celebrimbor as well, probably. I would not be surprised if we did see Celebrimbor. But it remains to be seen kind of how they tie it in. And I will be honest, my knowledge of the Second Age and what happened in what order is not reliable at best. But we'll see whether they're going to touch upon Numenor or what they do. Yeah, we could go either way. Like, my worry is that maybe if people kind of expect it to be more like the movies, that it could set them up for disappointment. I mean, given how people reacted because the Hobbit movies weren't quite the same tone as the newer ones. I mean, bear in mind that for the first part, obviously, The Hobbit is a children's book. The Lord of the Rings is more of a grown-ups book. So there is a tonal difference, and I don't begrudge them that. But I think the other issue with the Hobbit movies is that a lot of it, there was a lot more kind of green screen stuff, and it wasn't quite as like it wasn't quite as in your face as like the Star Wars prequels in terms of the green screen usage, but it wasn't quite as authentic as the original Lord of the Rings films. So if they do kind of that sort of stuff again with the TV show, it might rub people up the wrong way, but we'll see. So
is there something I can do for you?
That is quite a tale you spin, Siri. Big fog in the Shire and a robed fellow with a commanding voice. These are strange days indeed. I think I shall keep an eye on that Longo Burrow and his friends among the big folk. Likely we could drive them out, but I would like to watch them for a while and perhaps learn more of this Sharky that Gerabeth saw. Perhaps in the future I will have need of you again, but for now you have my thanks and no other wishes. So we'll grab that bracelet and equip that. There's a couple more Mavums we can use in there. Is there anything else I could equip? That's light armour. That's an old one. Yes, I think that's it for now. Right, outside. So where are we going next? Another quest ring to the west. So this is handing in the saltpeter back to Hyacinth Took.
Is there something I can do for you?
Phew, the smell I could do without, but it's the cost of saltpeter I'm afraid of. Well, this'll do.
Please stay a moment.
You really shouldn't have let Cam bully you into hunting those wolves for him. That's work of the sheriffs. Well, thank you for the saltpeter. Now I need some charcoal. Please go to Overhill and talk to Hart Holman. He and some other woodcutters gather timber from Bindball Wood and sometimes cook charcoal for sale. You can find him at his home in the centre of Overhill. Mind you, don't let him bully you like Cam did. I'm sure he will and give me more quests to do. So let's just do track nearby quests again. So nearest quests. Got to go quite a few to the east again. Do we want to go east or do we want to go north? I mean, it's kind of scattered to the four winds. I'm tempted to go Waymeet and take our last bit of post up to Needlehole, since we're pretty close to Waymeet. Let's get that yarrow root. We can use that to make dyes. I can't remember whether it's yellow or gold. John Bastian says it will definitely be about a darker part of the Tolkien universe. Numenorians sacrificing their own kin, for example. Yeah, so we'll see if they... I don't know if we know for certain whether they're going to cover some of the Numenorians. But we could quite easily see kind of the Numenorians first coming across to Middle-earth and kind of how they established what became Gondor. But I can't remember like what years everything happened. But I'm sure both their the Numenorians' arrival in Middle-earth and the fall of Numenor, I believe, were both in the Second Age. But how far apart they were, I don't know off the top of my head. It's something I would have to have a look at. God damn it, I found more quest rings by accident.
Could I take a moment of your time?
Okay, so these are ones we probably should have done a little bit earlier because they're below our level, but let's do them anyway. Good day to you, young lady. Seems I'm in a spot of trouble and I wonder if you could help me. You see, I've got a couple of cooks who are waiting on eggs from my chickens, but the problem is I've gone and hurt my leg. It's nothing serious, but I can't get out there and gather the eggs them cooks need. Pardon me. Now, I don't want to disappoint them, so I was wondering if you could make the rounds and check the nests for eggs. The nests are just out in the yard. 4 or so eggs should be enough. A bit of a warning, though. Don't let the rooster see you gathering eggs. If he does, he'll let out a call that will get all the hens upset and worse. You're sure to be surprised that you'll drop the eggs you collected. So, accept that. So, we're going to probably have to do these as quickly as possible. And just get it done before the rooster sees us. So it should just be the one. He seems to be kind of going anti-clockwise, or sorry, clockwise around the edge there. No net. Okay, so some of these are empty as well, which doesn't help. So if we quickly get round here before he can catch up. Oh Jesus, he's taking the shortcut. I don't know if I can get away with this. Ooh. Okay, he's going around there. I presume even when I've got the four. Oh my god, that's only one! I've been halfway around the entire farm, we've only found one. Actually, there's some nests around the back here as well. There's two. 3. Okay, so all the ones that you need are probably going to be far away from the rooster, hidden around the back of buildings and stuff. Literally. 3 of them are behind the barn. I don't know if it's the same for everyone. I assume that there's probably only certain ones that will give you eggs. And it's fixed.
Terrible. Just terrible.
Good, you found the eggs. Now, if you're still able to help, I've got more work for you. With my leg ailing me, I couldn't possibly deliver them.
I hope it's not a bother, but may I speak with you?
My thanks again for gathering up the eggs, but I need to ask another favour, if you can spare me the time. One of the cooks waiting on these eggs is Holly Hornblower, and I'd hate to disappoint her. She makes the most wonderful pies. I've put some of the eggs in the basket next to me, so if you could take the basket up to Holly, I'd appreciate it. Holly lives up the road to the east in Hobbiton behind the ivy bush. Please be quick about delivering them if you would. And again, be careful about the rooster, that the rooster doesn't see you with them. He'll let out a call that will upset the whole flock if he catches sight of you. Right. So the rooster will show up with an eye above his head on the minimap. So we can see that at least. What do you want?
Might I have a word with you?
This sounds like it's going to be a puzzle, in which case it might be hard to do that without the rooster seeing me, but we'll see how we get on. Hello there, I have gotten myself into a heap of trouble. Do you think you can help me? I snuck in and took a basket of eggs when Dad wasn't looking. He is very particular about his prized hens and doesn't let me tend them. I just wanted a snack by the river with my friends is all. Well, after I snuck out the eggs, I realised they had chicks in them. Dad has been trying to get his prized hens to lay eggs for longer than I can remember. It must be the new rooster he got from Budgeford. I can't go back and return the eggs, but maybe you can. Dad hurt his leg and has so many travellers running about fetching eggs, so you would be able to sneak in and replace the ones I took. I got so flustered trying to get away with the eggs that I forgot which hen I took them from. I put the eggs in the basket in the order I took them, so all you need to do is figure out what order the hens lay them in. I was able to sneak out a page from my dad's journal. He can write, you know. He taught me my letters, though I can't make out up from down with his notes. Maybe you will have more luck. Be careful placing the eggs back in the nests. Those hens know what eggs are their own and will roll out any that aren't theirs. Then you'll have to start over. Okay. So we got a little bit of a puzzle, haven't we? So. Pimpinella, Cineraria, Bellflower and Telltime. So, Pimpinella lays eggs before Sin. Moonlight is last. So, Moonlight... Oh, it says 5. So, Moonlight is definitely number 5. Pimp is before Sin. Bellflower is after Pimp. Telltime is after Cineria. So Telltime would be 4 for definite. Pimpinella looks like it's first. Pimp is before Sin. Bellflower is after Pimp. So Bellflower second. Pimp, Bell, Sin, Tell, Moon. Okay. Pimp's over there. Where's the rooster? There it is. So Pimpinella first. Okay. Pimp, Bellflower. Scenario. Rooster's coming around the back. Tell time. And Moonlight. Where's Moonlight? Are you down the end? Am I blind? Where's the rooster? Just keep track of where the rooster is. There it is. There we go. Riddle solved.
Hello.
You've got all the eggs matched up with the hens. I can't thank you enough, Silry.
Could I take a moment of your time?
Do you see that chicken over there, the big one? She is the queen of the hen house and Dad's favourite, Belina. Belina used to be the best egg layer in the whole of the West Farthing, but the other day she just up and stopped laying eggs altogether. Dad says if she doesn't start laying eggs soon, she's going to end up as supper. I know she can still lay eggs, and I would hate to see her on my dinner plate, no matter how fat she is. You were so helpful with returning those eggs. I'm sure you'll be able to figure out what is wrong with Belina, Silry. So she's over here. Rooster's on the left. Oh no, it's a session play. Belina looks very hungry. Here we go. Egg. Session play. I think this is actually what we need to do to unlock session play as a chicken in general, if I'm not mistaken. John Bastian, thanks for the live stream and the discussion stuff. Got to go now, so you're off. I've probably missed you going off, but I will say goodbye to you and hope you have a nice evening. Just in case you're still around. Right, so what have we got to do? We are here. We have Angry Tuskers. We need to collect earthworms for Belina. And of course my UI is set, which is why it's kind of shrinked, but I'm not going to worry about that too much. So scratch, scratch. We've got 2 skills as a chicken. What have we got? Seek the worm. Nothing can escape your searching gaze so long as it is a worm. Duration 5 seconds, cooldown 30 seconds. And foul fleetness. A burst of speed can make the difference between freedom and flattened. 50% run speed for 30 seconds, 2-minute cooldown. So, since we can't fight, if we use the Seek the Worm skill, I mean, is it going to tell us if we go over a dirt part? Don't know. Chicken Run flashback episode 201. We were talking about that the other day, weren't we? Yeah, that was good fun trying to get all the way to Isengard as chickens, even though we failed in our quest, and that's only half of the distance you can go in the world these days. There we go. We've got 1 earthworm. The rabbit's harmless. So is our chicken friend going to be upset because you can't find earthworms? But yeah, if we get in trouble, we can run away from the boars. But the problem is because we're in an instance. Wait, are we in an instance or are we in open world? We might technically be in open world. If we're in an instance, it won't reset the aggro, and if we're in open world, we can potentially run far enough away. Give him a wide berth. Come on, 1 more. Oh God, no! I don't want to risk it. I'm going to run away. I'll bet you that'll be the one I need now. Mikey Sparks, I tune back in and you're playing as a chicken. Indeed I am. There we go. Collected 4 of 4. Talk to Belina. Are you going to kick me out of the instance? Can't talk to myself as myself. Are you literally going to make me talk to myself as myself? Let's go wander over. The shoes are red to me, but they are at least passive. Flippy flaps. So yeah, we're going to talk to Belina as Belina. Actually, we're not as Belina, we're just a generic chicken. Who might you be? I do not believe I've seen you in this hen house before. Well, no matter. Are those earthworms you have for me? I simply will not eat anything but earthworms these days. I have not taken well to the new feed in the yard. There we go. So she doesn't like the new food. And that's why she's not laying eggs. So hop back whenever the session play ends. Alright. So, I want to make sure I don't go too close to that rooster. Talk to Ward Sanson.
Is there something I can do for you?
So, Belina was just hungry for some earthworms? Well, I'm glad that you figured out what was wrong with her. Now she will be safe from Dad's cooking pot. That chicken is an odd one if she takes you. She will show you exactly what is bothering her. I'd wager she would talk if she knew how.
Might I speak with you a moment?
So the sky is falling, another one that's going to be a chicken play in it. Belina is eating again, but she still looks upset. You did as good a job as could be asked for getting her to eat again. Do you think you could calm her too? Pa doesn't like me fussing Belina, says I get her too excitable. He has taken a liking to you, though. Maybe he would even hire you as a farmhand if he had a mind for it. I could use the extra help. So, got to collect the egg basket and avoid roosters. So, the roosters are on the left there. Sneak around the back. Are you going to make me do it from the Lone Lands or something? Please tell me I'm not going to have to go everywhere to do it. If I remember correctly, the sky is falling as the last one you needed as... or was it the last one we did before we did the Isengard? Because then you get a 2-hour timer or something. Let's see what we need to do. Well, hello again. I was beginning to think you wouldn't come back after you brought me that nice present. I thought maybe you were taken by one of those terrible wolves. Time was when we didn't have to worry about wolves. There were too few, and the farmer would always drive them off when they did try to sneak into the coop. But more and more of us have been disappearing lately. I think it may be wolf mischief. We need a brave rooster such as yourself to go warn the other coops to find what is going on. There are coops at Brownlock's farm to the east and slightly north on the road to Needlehole, Cotton's farm to the east in Bywater, and Banfurlong far to the east and south along the river. So we've got 3 places we need to go without being eaten. Okay, so they're all pretty south. The last one's down the bottom there. So west of Hobbiton, down by Bywater, and then over to Stock. It's doable. Let's do it. So this is going to be a lot of running around. If you thought the pies in the post was bad, I've got news for you. You're going to be walking across the Shire now as a chicken. Now, admittedly, 30 seconds on a 2... Oh, hello, wolf. The wolf is bad. 30 seconds on a 2-minute timer. I could press that button now to speed myself up, but if I don't have it when I need it, I'm probably going to regret it. Our poor little chicken's only got 132 health as well. So, first farm is literally this one here. So this is the one that was taken over by the wolves. So this could get quite interesting. What's the best way of sneaking in here? Maybe going wide. So we need to get over there behind that tree. Oh, there had to be one that just spawned in, didn't it? God damn it. One on the hill there should be able to thread the gap. Between 3 of them. Yep, none of them have aggroed. Greetings, chicken friend. Wolves? Of course I've seen the wolves. Have you looked around? Almost our entire coop has been taken. There have been some folk carrying off the survivors down to Waymeat, though. I thought you were going to turn around and go, no, I haven't seen any wolves. No wolves here. Right, so number 1 has been warned. So next we need to go south of Bywater. So if we just go across all these fields, that's Hobbiton, the south side of Hobbiton down here. Should be fairly safe though. Oh, there's a couple of wolves around. It's actually quite a way across. Tom Cotton's farm next. Feel free to ask any questions in the chat in the meantime while I'm doing this. I reckon what they probably should do, since we've got trait trees these days, is give chickens trait trees that you can do from doing the chicken session plays, that you can level up your chicken. Gain new traits or skills or abilities for future session plays. Maybe like decrease the timer on the run speed buff and things like that. Right, give you bigger evasion buffs, or potentially like give you a bit more HP to make it easier when you go to the higher level areas, that you don't just get completely one shot. So, getting there. Just over the other side here, that'll be the farmer's house. Boing. So that boar is probably passive. No, he's hostile. So let's give him a wide berth. Boing. Rosie Cotton! That's Sam's future wife. Wolves here in the Shire. Wolves have not dared to venture in so far since the old times, or so legends tell. I don't rightly know what we could do about such an attack. If there was anything we can do here, let us know. Give my regards to Belina. So number 2 is done. And then number 3, we need to get all the way down to Farmer Maggot's fields over here, south of Stock. So, probably want to get down onto this southern road and then take that most of the way across. So I think we're going to have to go. I can't climb that, it's going to be too steep. So if we come around the edge of this hill, have to take the upper road first, I think, a bit further down. Yeah, we've got a 1 hour time limit on this quest at least. Stinging gnats, let's avoid them. It's a toad, but it's passive. Shrews are passive. I can't say I actually ever remember coming through this particular apple orchard before. As Gandalf would say, I have no memory of this place. I feel this is going to end badly. So let's go south. We're close to the road. the little lake to the south of us. I mean, the flies wouldn't hurt me, they'd just be really irritating and follow me everywhere. So we're near Woodhall. Oh, there we go. Harvest flies are dangerous. Wolves are definitely dangerous. I might have... Nope, I'm alright. I was worried that it might have been too narrow a gap between those two mobs. Otherwise I would have put my evasion speed and ran away like a leaf on the wind. So there's quite a lot of harvest flies around here as well. Sort of west of Woodhall in these kind of wooded areas. So that might be worth coming back off camera at some point and doing that for the Sickle Fly Slayer. But I do remember them being a lot more prevalent kind of like along the road north of Woodhall. But generally the Woodhall area seems to be pretty good. So we're going to have to try and cross the river at some point. So this is Farmer Maggot's Fields. And if you've done, I believe it's the Halloween festival, then these are the fields that are used to make the maize. Joshua Excalibur, there's a hill near Woodhall that's covered in harvest flies. I suspect it is this hill to the east over there, which the name I can't remember, but we've had loads of quests to actually take us there. It's one of the places we'll be going soon if we weren't a chicken. There we go, there's the last chicken. What is that now? Wolves? No, of course not. Not here in the Shire. I've heard rumours of them, yes, but they are just that, rumours. Chickens get to talking, you know, and can come up with wild, fanciful stories. The only wolf on this farm is a dog. Of course, the farmer's dogs may be why we have no wolves. They are good protectors. There we go. Mission complete. Session play done. The owl height. There we go. You can always count on you, Lost Shire Hobbit. So yeah, we've got a couple of quests there. One to kill some wolves, I think, and one to do something else, but I can't remember what it was. Always takes ages to get out of the session plays. If there's any more session plays, and there probably are, I think that's the stopping point for now, though. Because I think after these two, you get the ones to go around the rest of Middle-earth, and they're not Shire specific. Belina looks slightly less agitated than before, but she looks as if she's waiting for something. More session plays, probably. Right, that rooster's still trying to find us as well, so we need to make sure he doesn't spot us. Belina looks much calmer, Silry, thank you. By the way, did you happen to see an odd rooster in the farm? I thought I saw one, but I never got a good look at it. Yeah, it was us.
Please stay a moment.
Wouldn't you know, as soon as you calmed down Belina, George started to act all queer. I'm not sure what has gotten into my dad's chickens, but it seems he only trusts you to calm them. If you would, go and see what is wrong with George. He has a very important rooster. He always warns me when wolves are prowling about. So, George is over there somewhere. No, George. No session plays. We'll enter it. If it involves me leaving the Shire, I'm not doing that today. I get the feeling this might be the one where you have to kind of go to Trestlebridge and stuff. Thank you for your bravery, my fellow rooster, but I fear it might not have been enough to save us from a terrible fate. While you were away, I had time to think over the circumstances and consider our options. If we do nothing, our numbers will surely dwindle. A similar doom befell Dora Brownlock's coop. I fear ours is not far off. I cannot leave the coop. I have too many responsibilities with half the coop under my supervision. I will set this task upon you. Travel out into the world, even beyond the borders of the Shire. Speak with other animals you encounter and see if you can find anyone willing to help us in our plight. You should begin by seeking out animals here in the Shire. Talk to creatures of the Shire. 1 hour. Are you kidding me? You're going to make me do it again? Nah. I think it is literally just going to be the Shire. If anyone in the chat knows that this quest is more than just the Shire, please let me know so I don't waste time. I think we've just got to get ourselves to Balthelion again a second time. But like I said, I wasn't sure how much we'd end up getting done in this third live stream. But I was pretty confident there'd be a fourth, because there's always more quests than you think of when you do the Shire. You think you're nearly done, and then you discover a whole host of new ones. And I should probably mute my phone. Right. So, first one we need to go to is east of Tuckborough, which looks awfully close to the Bear Den. There we go, keeper's checked, it's just the Shire. Yeah, I can't remember much of the chicken session play quest. I remember that we generally did those first two. Or at least the first one, because you got a 1 hour timer at least. I'm sure there was one that gave you 2 hours, and then later quests possibly even extend that even more. But I really can't remember the quest beyond that. I remember there's one to go to Trestle Bridge. I think you just have to get over the bridge, the trestle span. But I've got a sneaking suspicion like you had to go to 3 different maps, like one in Trestle Bridge, like one maybe in Evendim, and one somewhere else or something. But I don't know whether that was the same session play or is just get from A to B from the Shire to this place and it completes the session play. That might be what I'm getting confused with. Hang on, there we go. Quite a way south. Cross country. Oh, actually, we've got some new chicken skills. What have we got? We've got possum impersonation. Middle-earth is a dangerous place. Sometimes it's good to be dead. So we've got a channeled skill, 2-minute cooldown where we can play dead. Classic Hobbit style. And then paranoia. You're not sure what, but something isn't right. 1 minute duration, 2-minute cooldown. I don't know what that does. What's it do? Your stealth detection is greatly increased. Okay. So it helps me spot creatures that are in stealth. I don't think there's really anything at all in stealth in the Shire. I might be wrong. Might be a couple of things out in the far-flung reaches. Maybe up in the green fields or something, but I don't think there is any at all off the top of my head. There's old Sally. Oh, is it old Sally I need to speak to? Oh, perfect. I'm a pig, you fool rooster. Can't you see I'm in enough trouble as it is? What with all those nasty shrews about? Sometimes I wish that I was a pony. Is that it? That wasn't really a helpful conversation. So, next. Oh, hang on. Is that just a bug on that quest ring? Looks like it. Yeah, you've got nothing else. Okay. So, next we are going west of Woodhall. So, what creature could that be? I'll be willing to bet at Farmer Maggot's place it'll be one of his hounds. But I don't remember any particular notable creatures anywhere west of Woodhall. Right, let's activate speed buff. We can probably get away with it. Because I do at least have a play dead skill now. So that will give us a nice little run speed buff. 30 seconds plus 50%. So Keepy says Bree, Erid, Lewin, Evendim, Lonelands, North Downs and Troll Shores a quest for each. Yeah. I don't think I ever did all of them on any character. Jesus Christ. That was a stupid move, wasn't it? Oh, don't aggro another one. Oh God, no! At least you're a oh no, you're a melee. You're a melee. This was a terrible idea. Do I play dead now or do I not? Oh, strike and a miss. I'll tell you what, I'm playing dead. Screw it. Better safe than sorry. Talk about living dangerously. Jesus Christ. I can't actually get up there. Ah, let me out. I don't want to be here. What are you then? Just a fox by the looks of it. Generic Mr. Fox. Okay, that was an interesting fox noise. Now, what is this? First 3 hobbits sleeping in the forest, and now a chicken? You want me to help protect your coop from wolves? My friend, I would sooner eat you, particularly since chicken is very high amongst my dietary choices. However, seeing as you were brave enough to speak with me in the first place, I will forgo my lunch for now. That's quite nice of you, but again, a pointless conversation. We've nearly got our run speed back. The wiki saves everyone, indeed, Lost Shire Hobbit. So, I don't know where that brigand's gone. He's nowhere near. Okay. Right, turbocharge, booster engage. Now let's whiz off to Balthelion, so we can pretty much stay on this road. We go pretty much direct. But there should be minimal creatures on the road at least. Less likely to get eaten. Right. Let's go down the hill. There's Woodhall to the left there. And I don't know if... I mean, obviously in-game it's not dangerous to walk past a hungry hobbit in a chicken session play. But you never know, he might look at me funny and think, chicken nuggets or a nice roast chicken. I'm going to snatch you off the road, snap your neck and turn you into my dinner. Right, so let's cross the water here, take a little bit of a corner cut. And like I say, it's probably going to be one of Farmer Maggot's hounds. If you've been on the wiki, Keepy, is the next quests the ones you mentioned to go to all those different regions? Is this the last one in the Shire proper? Please tell me yes. So it is to talk to all 3 of them apparently. So, ho there, Rooster. You aren't one of ours. What are you doing here? Trying to steal some of our hens for your coop? Wolves? We haven't had any wolves around here, but if they show their shaggy faces at Balthelion, you can be sure we'll deal with them. So, Wolf, Grip, and Fang are his 3 doggos. Shooing off a few wolves is mighty tempting, but I've too much work to do here. Besides, what if the wolves come here? So at least we're actually talking about wolves and having a productive conversation compared to the previous 2. What do you want? Protect your coop against wolves? I have my own farm to protect and no time for others. But you would make a nice snack. Be on your way, Rooster. Mission complete. Keepy, yes, this is the last one in the Shire proper. Thank God I've had enough as playing as a chicken. I don't know how long that's been. But that feels like it's probably going to be the majority of 2 episodes worth of chicken play. So whenever we're finished here then, we'll get taken back to Sanson's farm. And providing there's no other follow-ups, we should be able to go take the chicken eggs over to Holly Hornblower. So, talk to you. George flaps his wings excitedly. It seems he sees something approaching. I don't know what you see approaching.
What do you need?
George does seem a bit more peaceful, though with all the wolves around, I don't know if he will ever unruffle his feathers. You should go and see if you can calm him down a bit more if you have the time, that is. Right. So presumably it's going to give us options now. There you go. So you've got all the Fly in the Coop quests. So Breland, Eredluin, Evendim, Lonelands, North Downs and Troll Shores. So I have it on good authority. Each of those session plays need you to go to one place in each of those regions. But that is enough session plays of chickens for now. So we need to pick up the egg basket without the rooster seeing us. And we need to go to Holly Hornblower. We need to avoid roosters, but otherwise we should be okay with nosy hobbits and hungry hobbits. But we'll just have to keep an eye on the minimap just to see if there's nothing else that we need to avoid. Any eyes on the minimap. So once we've done that, our original intention, probably about an hour ago, was we wanted to go to Needlehole and deliver the post at some point, since we're near Waymeet. They're not just one place in each one. Bree, for example, needs 5 animals. Okay. So it's potentially multiple places you need to go then. But the places you need to go will at least be focused in one region. I believe the quest timer for all of those might be 2 hours as well. But don't quote me on that. So yeah, Bounders Chap in Needle Hole. Search north of Willamar Bulger's home. So that's back in Budgeford. So all the quests are bloody all over the place. This is what I hate about the Shire. You can't just pick up like 5 quests and go somewhere and do it. It's like one quest here and then that takes you west, and then one quest over there and that takes you east. But then you go to the west one, then you do the east one, then the east one sends you back west again for the follow-up quest. And it's just like, god damn it. There's no easy way of doing Shire questing. It's just take them as they come. Right, so hand this in over here. She can use these eggs to make her fresh pies. I'm going to go back to Farmer Sanson for the hand in. See what I mean? Right, what is the nearby quests? Nearest quests. Let's go back to Sanson's farm. Hand that in. Go to Waymeet. Hopefully, pick up the mail. Deliver it to Needlehole. Come back from Needlehole. Deliver it to Mickle Delving. Then we're done with the post at least. And then that's one less delivery quest chain that we need to do in part 4 whenever we get around to recording that. So ignoring all of these, what other farms do we actually need for the deeds? Eriador, Shire, Farms of the Shire. So Balthelion we know because that's Farmer Maggots. So we need to go down there while we're in our Hobbit form, and we'll tick that off. Keep, if you've still got the wiki open, is Southfields the one that's sort of south of Mickle Delving for the Farms of the Shire? Assuming you're not busy doing something else. Right, down here.
It's terrible. Just terrible.
Ah, good. I'm glad old Holly got her eggs. Now she can be making those pies everyone loves. You have my thanks, Silry, but I wonder if you'd be up for one last delivery.
I hope it's not a bother.
God damn it.
But may I speak with
My
you?
thanks again for taking that last batch of eggs to Holly in Hobbiton, but I've got another cook waiting on some eggs, if you've got the time to deliver them. Gamma Tunnelly in Tuckborough is a fine lady, misses her grandson terribly though. If you could deliver the basket of eggs there right to her, I'd really appreciate it. Remember, don't let the rooster see you. I can't have the hens all upset by him and not laying. Okay, so fine, we'll go Tuckborough and then Waymeet. See, we're constantly having to reevaluate all our stuff. Okay, so pick that up. So Tuckborough again, through Waymeet and up the other side. Keepy says yes, it is, and he doesn't need the wiki for that. Yeah, I was pretty sure it is. I just wasn't sure for certain. So I don't know whether it's like these ones here, probably. It's one of the ones somewhere between here and the homesteads. The Shire Hobbit. I was asking a Shire question with you around. It's true, I could also have asked you, but Keepy's my slave. Plus, he was already on the wiki if he hadn't closed his tab as well. So, there is a quest ring down here. That's the one for the mail, that's fine. That's the one that I keep trying to do, but I keep getting other quests. And it's not like I can ignore them either, because they're also carrying quests, and we can only do one carry quest at a time. So, about halfway there. What else have we got here? Get rid of them. So, we've done 5 pies so far. But maybe if we can get it up to 8 by the time we finish tonight, that would be nice. Another 3. Where are they? So, Brocken Borings is up in the north. Spoiled Pie and Frogmorton, that's not too far to Hobbiton, could do that one. Little Delving, Mickle Delving, Needlehole, but we're bringing the post back from Needlehole, so we can't do that one. From Scary, from Stock. Yeah, none of them are ideal. There's a lot of running around. Yeah, the post is just to and from Needlehole. I'm sure there might be other Shire deeds as well that we haven't discovered yet. Right. Gamma Tunley. There you go. Fresh chicken eggs, thank you. Back to Farmer Sanson for the hand-in. So again, we can't just go straight to Waymeet. It's getting slightly irritating now. So once again, I'm going to have to walk past Waymeet. A lot of backing and forth. So who else is lurking in chat that hasn't said anything, if there's anyone else lying around? Just give a little wave and say hello if you're there. So we westwards across the plains. Please tell me this is the last one. There's too many delivery quests. There's more delivery quests than I remembered. I remembered the pies and the post because that's obvious, and there's obviously the deeds for it. But I didn't remember having to deliver like all the eggs and stuff as well. Like I said, I've still got PTSD from having to do this to get the innocent virtues back in the day.
Oh, woe is me.
There we go. Gamma Tunley is such a sweet old hobbit. I'm glad she got the eggs. You have my thanks again, Silry. When my leg gets better, maybe I can do a favour for you, eh? What are you suggesting, sir? Not that kind of hobbit. Medium armour gloves, but we're heavy armour, so we don't care. Or a steady club, which we also can't use, so it doesn't really matter too much. Right, good. No follow-up quests. Finally. Waymeet. So, let's go get the bundle that we need to take from Waymeet all the way up to Needlehole in the northwest, where no doubt we're going to get a bunch of quests we need to do. Right, Postman 2foot.
Could I take a moment of your time?
The quick post service has really fallen behind. There is always so much mail to deliver, and some to every town in the Shire, that even a team of dedicated carriers, we cannot deliver everything as speedily as Postmaster Proudfoot would like. If you'd like to help out, you'd be more than welcome. There on the table you will find a satchel of mail for Postman Redsmith in Needlehole. Would you mind taking it to him? You'll find him right in the centre of Needlehole, to the northwest of Waymeet and beyond the Rushock Bog. Watch out for nosy hobbits, for they will delay you and prevent your delivery. Don't let the satchel get wet. The Rushock Bog is a damp place, so stay to the road if you can. So grab that. So there is a nosy hobbit to the south, there is a nosy hobbit to the north. So let's get off of the road. and we've got to get all the way up to Needlehole. So we can more or less follow the road. Bearing in mind, obviously this time we've got to get through the bog, and a lot of the bits of the bog do involve deep water, so we have to be a bit careful as we traverse there. So we'll just walk across the fields. Most of these creatures, even if they're hostile, should be well below us now and not really care. Like the boar should roar at me. There we go. So thread the needle there. Up and over. Right. So we carry on pretty much due north. We'll end up meeting back up with the road eventually. So the charcoal, we needed to go back over there. Whoops, what have I gone wonky? Yeah, charcoal's up here. Another one there, and then the wood flies. Do I have plenty of other quests that aren't on my tracker as well? I do have quite a few. God damn it, come on. You can climb that hill. Right, so I bet you, since I can't kill them because I'm carrying a satchel, I'm probably going to see a load of slugs. Just to rub salt in the wounds. Now, I'm a bit worried at how deep that's going to be. So I think maybe my best bet is get on the road. Just to be safe. I don't want to get like 70% of the way and then get the satchel wet. It doesn't matter if you tread in a little bit of water, as long as it doesn't activate swim mode. But since I am a hobbit and I have short legs, I don't want to risk it too much. Where are we going? We're actually south of the road in a minute. Boink. Jump over that shadow bit. There we go, there's the road. Now, I don't remember any nosy hobbits being in the swamp. But if we just keep our eyes out, it should be fine. And we can see Needlehole over there in the top corner. Lost Shire Hobbit says, nosy hobbits aren't too much of an issue with this route at least. Yeah, so far so good. There's probably going to be one near the entrance to the town though. Sassy Sam, just remembering when I last decided to do these quests. Yeah, if it's like me, it was a long time ago because you did it once and then you pledged never again. Actually, it doesn't seem to be a nosy hobbit near the door. That's fine then. So, where is the postmaster? It's not you. It's not you. I feel like Ant and Dec. It's not you. Right, he's going to give me a quest to send me back to Mickle Delving, which is our last post quest, so let's not do that. We did have a vector quest ages ago to speak to Bounder Chubb.
Good day.
Robin Smallborough sent you. Hello then. We may have a few things for you to do around here. These dwarves are mostly fine, steady, law-abiding folk, if a bit touchy at times. But some of them, well, let's just say a few of these dwarves are not good neighbours at all. Not at all. So medium armour helmet or cooked carrots. I'll take the carrots. I've worked up an appetite after delivering all that post.
I hope it's not a bother, but may I speak with you?
Gracious me, am I glad to see you. You see, my cow Daffodil, she's gone missing, and I suspect some foul play. Yesterday a dwarf came by my farm. Olweir was his name, and he wanted to buy my Daffodil. Well, I couldn't sell her. She's the only cow I got. He didn't seem to take that well. I think he may have come back and stolen her. Now, I don't know where he might have taken her, but I do remember his boots were caked in mud. I wager he was tromping out in the Rushok bog. Maybe that's where he took her. Start looking at the Troll's Knoll southeast of here. So that's the little hill in the middle of the swamp. So, postman will ignore you. Iris Chubb. This is where the Chubb family lives them.
Good day. Might I have a word with you?
Good day to you. I see you've noticed my pie over there. Oh, it's one of the pies. Sod you. Go away. I did pies. Postman. Griffo Boffin.
How do you do?
I know what you're thinking, that I stole the money, but I didn't. I was taking the money on a shortcut across the bog to Overhill, where the carpenters were working today. and these ragged-looking dwarves came running down the hill at me from the north. They had axes and looked like they meant to use them, so I don't mind saying I ran as fast as I could back to town. But I dropped the bag with the money along the way and turned my ankle too. I was just trying to come up with some way to tell the mayor the bad news when you showed up. I think those dwarves came out of the Rushok bog east of here, about halfway to Overhill. I suspect the bag is in their camp. You'll know it by the large wooden bulwarks that protect it. If you can recover the bag of money, please bring it back to Assistant Fallowhide with my apologies. So this is the money for the restoring the town hall. So that is all the pickups. I don't think there's any more to the west. I may be wrong. Stable Master, worth unlocking that.
Do?
So yeah, there's a couple of dwarves that live here on the western parts of the Shire. Because if you come across this bridge, at some point, I'll try not to accidentally go through it. Where is it? Can you actually go a lot further than I thought you can? I could have sworn the travel was on the bridge. You can tell how long it's been since I was last over this way. The Rushok Gate. So there we go. If we go through there, we end up in Eredluin. Over here, just north of the Balthelion homesteads. But technically, there is a bit of a gap between the two. I mean, on the new map, you can't really see it, but they're not continuous. So I don't know what would technically slot in there. So you could just travel it as part of the open world rather than having to take like a little portal shortcut. So head back over. Yeah, I don't remember all this bit. But then again, no one ever sort of walks this bit on foot. So, we need to find Daffodil. Collect the money bag. So the money bag is in a dwarf camp north of the bog, and Daffodil is in the middle of the bog. And then at some point, once we've done some quests here, we're going to take the last post-quest. We'll take that back to Mickle Delving, and then we can say we're finally done with delivering post. That's one item we don't need to deliver anymore. And then we'll just have to worry about the pies and whatever other miscellaneous carrying quests we've got to deliver around the rest. So, over here, so this big hill is where we're going. I'm just trying to stay on dry land as best as possible. Boing. So this is the troll knoll, so named because there is a troll that is at the top, which has turned to stone because he got caught out in the daylight. So we've found a cow corpse. I'm going to inspect the cow corpse. This poor cow looks like it was attacked and partially eaten by a large beast of some kind. Around its neck you find a bronze bell. We've collected the bell, and now we can take it back and say, sir, is this your cow? It seems to have been eaten by a troll, but the good news is the troll has turned to stone, so swings and roundabouts. We need the money bag as well, so we should probably go do that. Set as focus. Slug! Kill the slug. Punch it. Punch it good. I can't imagine how well punching a slug's going to work. It's going to be like punching a balloon or something. You need something to like pierce it and pop it and make it ooze out. So up here we go. No, not here, round the corner. So there is a nasty dwarf. Of course they're dour hands. As we know, we can't trust the dour hands from our previous escapades in Eredluin. I'm just going to man mode straight in here. Sod it. Then again, I might just need to kill a generic Dowhand. Yeah, come on then. You think you can all take me? I don't know which one of these is the AoE skill, but I'll figure it out eventually. Is it the second one? Yes. Bonk. There we go. Collect the money bag is still active. Is it on the floor? There we go. There it is. Bang. Devastated 500 damage. That's not bad. So, yeah, damage seems to be so far so good. Right, collected that. Now we need to take it back. So that needs to go all the way back to be handed in at Mickle Delving. Just to be awkward. The charcoal's in Overhill. So again, let's just do a search. Track nearby quest to get the nearest 5. So they're all kind of scattered around. So yeah, some in Mickle Delving, some in Needlehole, some in Overhill. Which is not particularly ideal. But I believe there is a follow-up quest after this Daffodil one.
I'm sorry. My thoughts were elsewhere.
Oh aye, this is my poor Daffodil's Belle. What could have possibly attacked her so horribly, and why did that dwarf take her? Poor Daffodil. Poor thing. Someone needs to pay for this. Please, you need to do something.
I'm sure it's a bother, but I could use your help.
That Olwe has to pay for stealing my Daffodil and for leaving her in the bog to be killed like that. The dwarves who pass through Needlehole may not pay any mind to ordinary hobbits, but I reckon they'll listen to a Bounder of the Watch. You go tell Bounder Chubb about this, and maybe you two can keep that dwarf from getting away with this. Bounder Chubb is on the south side of Needlehole, about 2 steps behind you. Tell him about my poor Daffodil, and do something about this Olwe. There we go.
How do you do?
What? Philibert's cow is dead, and he suspects a dwarf? This is outrageous. Most of the dwarves who pass through here are an agreeable lot, but lately there's been more than a few rascals about. I don't know this Olwe, but it wouldn't surprise me if he was one of that bad lot. The problem is I can't go off accusing dwarves of being thieves without proof. That would upset the whole lot, and we'll probably never find the one responsible. What to do?
Good day. Might I have a word with you?
That's it, I've got it. There's a dwarf by the name of Ulfar, with whom I've had some dealings with in the past. He might be of some help. I think he's a sort of overseer for the dwarves or some such. In fact, just the other day there was a bit of a tussle between 2 of his folk, and Ulfar waded in and broke it up. The other dwarves seemed to respect him, and so he might know something about his people here that will be of use to us. You should be able to find Ulfar up amongst the dwarf buildings north of Needlehole. Tell him what you told me, and hopefully he'll be able to help us. So that I will do, sir. You're just pie and post.
Well met.
Aye, it doesn't surprise me that Olwe is involved in this. A number of dwarves passing through lately are of low character, and he's the worst. I wish I could tell you where he was, but I've not seen him about for a few days. Those other dwarves might have seen him, in fact, just the other day. I saw a bunch of them crowding around a parchment of sorts. I didn't catch what they were talking about, but I did hear Olwe's name mentioned. That parchment could have been their orders. If you could go out into the Rushok Bog and acquire a few of those letters from the dwarf hunters out there, you might learn what Olwe is up to. So, murder the dwarves. And kill any slugs on sight. For our Slayer deed. So if we just say to the north of the bog then, keep the mountains on our left. Slug! Bonk. That's a toad. I thought that was a slug as well. Right, you're dead. That is also a slug. Hiding in the bushes. Tab targeting is your friend. When you can't really see much. Floaty names as well. Press N for names. Turn that on. Helps you spot them. That's a toad. All you'll say is check my loot. What have I looted? Earring of the Mariner. Ooh. I mean, it's more for a tactical caster class, but it is a nice earring. Can't use the longsword. It always says check the loot once the dwarf killing starts. Yeah, if it's one of those quest starting items, they can be a bit of a bugger. Slug. I do tend to find that ever since they introduced that kind of pending loot system, whenever you get an item that will start a quest, instead of activating immediately, it just sits in your pending loot. But the game doesn't register that technically you've looted one, so then your entire pending loot fills up with like 50 of the same quest-giving item. But they're unique, so you can't loot them all. So you just end up having to destroy them one by one from your inventory, or just let them sit in there and time out. And it's a pain in the backside. So does it need to be specifically hunters, or do trappers count? He's a hunter. So, Downhand orders. Yeah, so the trappers were dropped in as well. Destroy. Bring the orders to Ulfar. Check your loot! I have! I promise you I have. It's stream delay, honest. Right, let's read the orders. To the dwarf Olware, son of the Downhands, and loyal to our cause, word of your promise has reached my ears, and you will be great in my eyes if you can deliver on it. If a stone troll might be captured in this land called Shire, rather than the Shire, I will reward you with riches beyond any you or your fathers have seen. Do not fail in this, for punishment will come as swiftly as reward. Signed, Skorgrim Downhand, mightiest. So yeah, that Skorgrim's up to no good again. We will see more of him. Obviously, we got to know him a bit during the Arid Luin region. But we will see more of his dastardly actions. Definitely in Volume 1, Book 5. I think we also see him in Book 4, maybe? If not Book 4, then definitely Book 5.
What do you want?
Aye, good you found them. As I told you, that bunch is up to no good. Now hand the letters over. I'd like to look over them. The fools! These orders you found weren't written by Olware. Some dwarf named Skorgrim promises riches if Olware can deliver, I can hardly believe it, a stone troll. I've paid no mind to the old wives' tales of such creatures in the bog, but Olware must have listened and promised one as a gift. I cannot imagine what a dwarf would want with such a vile creature, but it can't be for any good purpose. So I can either have a hammer or some sausages.
Might you lend me an ear?
Sausages all the way. So we've got a small fellowship quest. Who would have thought the theft of a cow would uncover a plot such as this? We must foil Olware's plans, and if he has captured a troll, we must slay it. Fortunately, I have learned where Olware and his dwarves are camping. They can be found in the north of Rushok Bog. However, getting into the camp and slaying the stone troll, if they have one, will not be easy. We will need help. Gather a party of warriors, if there are any to be found in this land, then return here. Make sure to gather sturdy warriors, for the battle ahead will not be easy. And then as a reward we can get a piece of armour or a weapon. So we shall do that. It is going to be an instance, so we can kick it off. Are you ready to leave? Make sure your party is ready as well, as we'll surely need their help to slay this stone troll. So it's technically a small fellowship quest. Small fellowships are 3 characters.
Bog. A terrible legend stalks the fens, enraged by the dwarves who seek to capture it.
So yeah, technically small fellowships are 3 characters, but it shouldn't be that hard.
Our quest will not be easy.
Alright now, be careful. We've got to get into this camp and slay the stone troll they may have captured. Also, when we get into the camp, be on watch for that Olware. He won't be too pleased to see us trying to slay his gift. Alright, let's go. Yeah. I told you. I did check it. It's stream delay. Honest. Alright. I know what will get it open. My axe. Open up. You in there. Open up. Yep. Your mother was a hamster and your father smells of elderberries. Ulfar, what are you doing here? I know of Ulfar's gift and I'm here to slay it. Ulfar, this matter is none of your concern. Leave now if you value your life. I will not leave. You were warned. Oh, take them. Bonk. Oh, Ulfar's already at the fight. Well done. You were very useful. Right, spank you, mate. Good job. Let's continue on. Let's pretend I didn't just get smacked bang on my backside. Oh no, guess the wound was more serious than I thought.
What a dreadful nuisance.
I guess I've been away from battle for too long. The wound is painful, but not mortal. It will keep me from being much help, though. You weren't much help anyway, mate, to be fair. You must continue without me and slay the stone troll if they've captured one. And don't forget to be on the watch for Ulfar. He will do his best to stop you. I'll stay behind and make sure none of these lot escape. I'm sure you will. You're just going to sit there, aren't you? Literally sat on your backside. Right. Leroy. All the things. So we can take 2 groups at once solo. It'll be fine. What's the worst that could happen there? They're green and light blue. Right, let's get some AoEs. AoE buttons! Bonk! Someone's inflicting a bleed, which is less than ideal. I need that AoE button back. Come on, bonk. There we go. A cheeky tracker at the back. Punch you for your insolence, sir. Okay, so that was maybe a bit closer than I would have liked. Yeah, something was doing a bleed. I don't know how hard that bleed was. Probably not too hard. Something to be aware of, though. But we can dispatch these easily enough one-on-one. Last bit of AoE, splat. Make our way up the hill. So our morale is almost entirely recovered. And then we can see there is a cave troll in a cage. Oh, why'd you have to be a range mob? Just to make my life awkward. Oh wow, I think I one-shotted that guy with the AoE there. There's Ulfar up the top here. You dare interfere? Here you meet your death. Impossible! Dwarves, something something. No, do not weaken men. Spank, spank, spank. Whack all with the AoE. Annoying tracker dude. Oh no, this gift from my masters shall destroy you. Awkward. Bonk. I just slapped you for that. How bad are these bleeds? 29 every 3 for 30. That's not good, actually. Right, Stone Troll. He's not got too much health. Shouldn't be too bad. Pretty sure I just two-shotted in there. Speak to Ulfar. Have to run down the hill. Now, he may be running up to meet me. I can't remember, unless I'm getting confused with something else. Anything else exciting in our bags? No. Oh, we're running out of room though. Yeah, there we go. Casually strolling up.
I am at your service.
Well done. I got impatient waiting, so I had to see how you were doing, but it seems you did fine without me. That stone troll is slain, and it seems Ulfar is as well. He paid such a high price for his crime, stealing that cow from Philibert, didn't he? With him gone, these dwarves shouldn't trouble Rushock Bog much longer. As for Philibert, do not worry about him. Make sure he is given enough money to purchase a new cow. Maybe he cares about his cow. You know, it's not just about the money. He might have liked that cow. It might have been in his family for generations. Who knows? You've done well today, my friend. You have my thanks. There we go. Talk to him. Travel now. How are we getting on for time?
What do you need?
Well done. You certainly deserve this reward. So what do we want? So light shoulders, medium helm, heavy trousers. So that's an increase in armour and an increase to might as well. So that is worth picking up. I'll take that. I'll equip those. We've got some virtue XP. We've completed Life of the Bounder Final. We've acquired the discipline trait now. Right, so no more quests there. So it's either taking the post or the pies. So let's take the post.
I'm sure it's a bother, but I could use your help.
The dwarves here don't understand the importance of the quick post service and insist that letters and packages can be delivered whenever it is most convenient. That is preposterous, of course. Imagine if Postmaster Proudfoot allowed us that degree of laziness. Speaking of the postmaster, I have a bundle of mail that needs to go to Mickle Delving. If you are going that way, I'd appreciate if you dropped it off with Postmaster Proudfoot by Town Hall. Town Hall is surrounded by hedges if you haven't visited it before. Go at once and let no nosy hobbits interfere with your duty. You'll have a long walk ahead of you, especially if you head south to Waymeet and then west across the fields to Mickle Delving. Keep the satchel dry even when travelling through Rushock Bog. Now, I don't think we need to take the massive detour, because otherwise we have to go all the way through there and then come west into Mickle Delving. I'm sure there's going to be a way that we can cut through here and get down past Little Delving. The problem is getting across this first bit, because I'm pretty sure this is going to be too deep. I feel like this is going to be risky. It's getting deep. Can I jump it? Oof. There we go. Success. Right. Now we should just be able to run all the way down south past the wall. Oh, damn it. Look, this is what I told you. Whenever we're carrying items and we can't stop to kill things, we're going to see all these slugs. So there's at least one slug. And over here. So if we carry on in this direction, we'll end up going pretty close to Little Delving. Just make sure we don't go anywhere that is a little bit too deep. I mean, it should be alright. Jump to be on the safe side. There we go. Now we're out the swamp. So let's climb this hill. So we are getting close to Mickle Delving. To Little Delving, sorry. So it should be nice and safe now. Shouldn't be anything that's going to attack us either. Past the rhubarb. Up and over here. No, there's some wolves. Now, we can climb over this rock and jump the river without getting our feet wet. Just because otherwise we're going to end up stuck over there by the waterfall with no other way across. So over in there, above that waterfall, that's where Little Delving is, where you first arrive in the Shire if you were playing a Hobbit, once you've completed the starter instance. Otherwise, if you're not a Hobbit, you'll just have to wander there at some point. So up this hill, and this road takes us straight down now. Actually, we've gone really wide, actually. I want to go over here. then we can just wander into Mickle Delving. We want to be on the other side of this great big hill that we're going past at the moment. We've snuck past all the hobbits. So that is just, what's his name? Bingo Boffin, that's it. So we're not doing any of the Bingo Boffin quests, we'll keep them separate. So there we go, Assistant Falahide, we need to hand in the money we've recovered.
Goodness!
Oh, thank you. I'm so glad that Griffo is all right. A terrible thing, but it's worked out in the end. I'll make sure the carpenters get their money. With no shortcuts through the bog this time. So we can get a cloak, which is not as good, or a weapon or a shield, which I can't use. So, but I'm out of room. Just have to throw... No, don't pick it up. Just destroy that. Nope, I need 2 items. What else can I throw away? Light armor. There we go, handed that one in.
How rude!
What do we got? So, wonderful Sylvie, wonderful indeed. The Quick Post is once again the respected institution it used to be, thanks to your hard work. You'll be a postman of the Shire for as long as I'm Postmaster Sylvie, and I'm delighted to say it. So you'll get this quest once you've delivered all of the Postmaster quests. So if you didn't do one that ended in Mickle Delving last, you'll just need to come back to the Postmaster, and then you'll get this quest to finish it off. So there we go. We're going to get some lottery points. We're going to get some virtual experience, some marks, and some Matham Society rep. So there we go. We are now known to the Matham Society.
Might I have a word with you?
And then we go, a true friend to the Quick Post. Thanks again for your work restoring the Quick Post, Sylvie. Our good name means so much to me. Oh, there was one more thing. If you have a moment, tell me so.
It's been a foul day, it has.
No, I don't have any more mail for you to deliver. I merely wanted to commend you for your service. From now on, you are Sylvie of the Quick Post. Thanks again for your service, and I'll call on you when we have need of you again. So we've got a cloak, but there's nothing fancy cosmetic-wise. And the title, Sylvie of the Quick Post. So complete that. So where do we want to go next? Because we've completed the post as well. We've completed our second part of Deeds of the Shire. So we've done the generic questing deed, Life of a Bounder, final, the last tier of that. We've now completed the post. So we still need to explore the various bits of the Shire in our exploration deeds. We still need to do the rest of the pies, where we're on 5 of 12. And the Shire Brewmaster deed. I'm going to have to double check what the requirements are for that before we do our next session. So that can come off the tracker. Let's track some nearby quests. What is the nearest one now? Looks like Overhill. Load near Woodhall and Budgeford. But there's going to be no easy way to get over there, is there? Welcome Tunnelly. Where are you? You're in the quarry. I'm going to cheat. I'm just going to Mithril Coin just to save us the boredom of having to ride over to the to Overhill in the Shire over here. So we've just teleported just to save us some time, because I'm sure you've got sick of watching me. If you're watching the live stream, all these posts and chickens and eggs and stuff being delivered, we'll save the time where we can. So Hart Holman,
Good day.
Charcoal is it? Yes, we do have some for sale. I'll be happy to prepare a parcel for young Hyacinth, but there's one thing that you can do for me first.
Good day. Might I have a word with
This is my problem. There are a lot of bears in the North Woods. Usually I have no trouble with them. You just stay out of their way and they'll stay out of yours, so to speak. But I have a big wood pile I've been spending some time gathering. And I've got a really big black bear that's decided it's the perfect place for him and his kind to live. The big black bear is very dangerous and I can't get near my wood pile anymore. So if you can help me by getting rid of it so I can get my wood, I'll be happy to make up a parcel of charcoal for your friend Hyacinth. My wood pile is almost due north of here, past a wall and a small logging camp. You'll probably find that black bear right on top of it. So it's making it its bed. So I don't believe there are any other pickups in the town at the moment, which is good. The big bear that could eat hobbits, quite probably. So what are we doing for time? 2 hours and 21 minutes into the stream, so we'll probably wrap up soon. We'll just see if we can get rid of a few odd quests. And maybe finish with a quick pie delivery or something. There we go, Black Bear. The big Black Bear. We've got some of his mates attacking us as well, but screw it. Leroy, actually no, I made this mistake last time. Bears have a nasty bleed. And thankfully I'm higher level than the bears this time at least, so their base damage is pretty low. There we go. That was it, just kill the bear. Amount of bears up here, you could easily have a bear slayer deed. So, job done. Back to Hartholman. I mean, there's way more quests than I thought we'd still have left at the end of this session, because we haven't really done any questing at all around Brock and Borings or the Greenfields. We haven't done any real questing in Scary at the Quarry. When we've done Budgeford and Woodhall somewhat now, but we haven't touched Stock either, so there's easily like the eastern side of the Shire. Plenty of quests to still be getting on with next time. And dare I say it, we might even be on for a 5th Shire live stream at the rate we're going. Just because of all this running about.
How do you do?
You killed him. I don't generally hold with hunting our local bears just to be rid of them, but that big black bear was dangerous. You racist. Let me tell you. Here, take this parcel of charcoal back to young Hyacinth with my courtesy and respect. So, you are happy there. Nothing else to do here. Let's track nearbys again. So, bring the lunch basket to Welcome Tunneling. So, that's the prologue quest. Tuckbro is Hyacinth. Let's TP over. Lost Shire Hobbit, you're not complaining about a 5th stream if needed. Be that as it may be, that 5th live stream could be somewhere else that's not the Shire. So there would always be another live stream.
Is there something I can do for you?
This will do nicely. I hope Old Heart didn't give you a difficult time. Well now, we should be about our next bit of business. ... God damn it, she's got another quest. But I can't accept my quest reward. What have we got? I mean, is that a nice cosmetic that I want to put in my thing? No, it's not. It's a piece of crap. So let's just throw that in the bin. Collect our gift maven.
Could I take a moment of your time?
You're too willing, Silry. Yes, I know. First wolves and now a bear. You should be more firm with these folk and make them take care of their own problems for once. Should I now? Or maybe you should take care of your own business. Alright, now last but not least, I'll need some brimstone and iron filings. You can't find brimstone around here, so I always go to the dwarves for that stuff. They can also provide the filings cheaper than any of the local smiths, so we'll take care of 2 problems at once this time. Please head over to Needlehole, where you've just been, and you don't have any more quests, and talk to the dwarf merchant Onar. I've dealt with him in the past, and I imagine he'll be able to give us what we need. So it's typical. Just when I think I'm done with Needlehole, I get a quest to go back there. Someone else has got a quest here as well. It's a bounder. What do you got, sir?
Please, stay a moment.
You have done a lot for a lot of folk, Bounder Sylvie. Report back to 2nd Sheriff Bodo Bunce by the town hall in Mickle Delving and tell him of your deeds. So I think this quest gets activated once you've completed Life of a Bounder Final, the questing deed for the Shire. And then any bounder should give you this quest to go back and basically get your shiny item. So that's fine. We'll take that quest. What's nearby? That is literally the nearest one. Okay, fine. Let's TP to Owner. We're going to be wasting all these Miffle coins now, just to get around a little bit quicker. So we're back up in Needlehole in the northwest now.
Well met.
So little Hyacinth wants some more markings for her pretty lights. Wants to be a wizard, does she? Ha! Well, it just so happens I have some brimstone and filings to sell. At a very reasonable price too, I might add. Tell all your friends, very easy terms. What? Don't just stand there like a ninny with your mouth open like that. Were you thinking I'd send you on a quest or something for such simple things? Here, take these parcels and good day to you. Thank God. So there we go, we've picked that up. We do have the quest here to run the pie back, so we should probably do that while we're here. So,
Stay and have some
good day to you. I see you've noticed my pie over there. It's from Holly Hornblower and I can hardly wait to eat it. I've been tempted to sneak a slice, but my husband would never forgive me if I did. What did you say? Goodness me, bad berries, how terrible. I'm glad I now didn't sneak a slice. Please take the pie back to Holly in Hobbiton. Her home is in the north of Hobbiton Main Square. And let her know when she gets a chance. I'd like another pie, please. So grab the pie. And again, we should be alright running through the swamp. We just need to make sure I don't run in the water when I'm not looking. Sassy Sam, are you doing 100% of the Shire area? Pretty much. So all of these regions, I tend to do all the quests where possible. I'm not going to be like trying to do all of the deeds on camera. So some of them will be completed easily enough. So like Spider Slayer's going along nicely, the Wolf Slayer. But like Slug Slayer, I'm not going to spend ages on camera killing slugs. That is something I would do in my own free time, just to complete the region. But in terms of doing all the quests, I mean, there might be some that I end up missing by accident, but otherwise I would try and record that. So as best as possible, trying to do 100%. So where are we going? So we need to get over to Hobbiton without anyone seeing us. So I think for the most part we can stay on the road. But at some point we can probably end up accidentally running near one if we stay near the road. So I think once we're out of the swamp, I might go cross country. Just in case there's some hungry hobbit at the edge of the swamp or something stupid. Lost Shire Hobbits coming in with the pro tips. You can stick to the path pretty much until Dora's Farm. That's good to know. And my bags are full, so I think at some point between this and the next session I will need to empty my bags. And then turn left and go cross country. Yeah, sounds like a solid plan. So again, we're just going past the wolf den now over here. So if you need to pad out your wolf slayer deed, this is a nice place to do it. Loads of wolves down in that little valley there, and then over the top of the far hill, over the top of this hill, and in Dora Brownlock's farm itself. All very nice places to kill wolves. Nicole Winters, hello. How are you doing this fine afternoon? I'm doing very fine, although over here it is evening time. It is 8:30 in the evening. So I imagine you are somewhere in North America. I'm not going to immediately assume America itself. Maybe you're in South America. Could be in Brazil. Who knows? But yeah, it's evening for me, and it's definitely dinner time or supper time, whichever way around it is in Hobbits. Hobbits mealtime planning from Georgia, USA. So greetings. Oh, lag. So we're at the 2.5 hour mark. So yeah, it's definitely time to get some food soon. I've actually gone too far south while I'm not paying attention. So we've got to get it down into Hobbiton now without a hungry hobbit seeing us. So let's pay attention, because this is always, when you inevitably mess it up, is always right at the end. I find it hard to believe there's not a single one on the west side of Hobbiton, but apparently not. There's one by the bridge to the north. There we go. There we go. Handed that in. How many pies is that? Is that 6? 6 of 12. We're halfway. Is there anything else quick we want to do before we wrap up for the evening? So we can go south to Hyacinth Took. Harvest Flies are to the east. We can hand in that quest to Second Sheriff Bodo Bunce. Get our nice shiny hat for all the hard work we've put in today doing our Bounders quests. Any other easy ones? Completing Shire to Breetown, so that's technically not in Bree. So I think we'll leave the Sickle Flyers, we'll leave the quests at the Yow Height. Vowed Menace, that's up at the Quarry. Yeah, so I think just these couple of quests left. Nicole, I really love this game. It's so chill and relaxing to play, and the scenery is amazing, and the music by players are always awesome to dance to and listen to. So yeah, quite often, depending on what server you're playing, you will find players playing music. Depending on how skilled they are, they might either be playing it in real time, or they might just be playing pre-recorded stuff that they just literally just have to press the play button. But it is quite nice when you stumble across a band playing it in real time. How long have I been playing LOTRO? I've been playing LOTRO since 2009, if I remember correctly. So it's shortly after the Mines of Moria expansion came out, which was the first expansion to LOTRO. I think that came out possibly December 2008 or thereabouts, and I started playing it a short while after that, a few months later. But I've been playing it on and off since then. But yeah, the game has grown massively since then. But yeah, it's pretty nice and chill. I don't know how far you've got in the game, but if you like the player music, you'll probably like some of the music in some of the later regions as the game goes on. Like particularly like the Rohan soundtrack is a particular favourite of mine, just because it's very cinematic. Like they've recorded it with a full orchestra. Like Chance Thomas has recorded that. That's kind of the best bit of music that he's done possibly for the game. And then other things haven't lived up to it as much because they can't pay his budget all the time. But yeah, so let's hand this in.
What do you need?
Well, that wasn't hard, was it? And you stood your ground with him. I'll get started on these fireworks right away. Tell the old crow I should have all she needs in 3 months. So done with that. Let's go to Second Sheriff. Mithril coin it. Yeah, like the Rohan soundtrack is great. Chance Thomas has done other soundtracks as well, so I think he's done. I think he did some of the Moria stuff as well. And he came back. Did he do some of the Mordor stuff? I can't remember off the top of my head, but definitely his work for the game is fantastic as well. So I'm hoping when I do get around to Rohan, bearing in mind I think after this we're doing Great River and then we're off to Rohan, I'm hoping I can play that music at a decent volume that you guys can hear it if you've never been to Rohan before, without triggering like copyright issues, but I imagine it should be fine. So you've been playing for 3 years, off and on, and now it's your main game. You play on Quick Hollow, have a level 97 Lawmaster Elf. It's so cool. So you're somewhere down in Gondor then, I would assume. Maybe making your way to the Black Gate and Mordor on that. So probably you're in or around Minas Tirith. Minas Tirith is a pain in the backside. Just because there's so much running. If you don't like running around quest like what we've been doing in the Shire, then Minas Tirith is a nightmare because it's up, down, various levels, and there's only certain ways to get to the various levels, and it's a bit of a pain unless you like that kind of thing. If you like running around cities and stuff, you might like it. But for me, it does get a little bit tedious. It's best in small doses. I've heard of all the good you have done, Silry. You are truly an excellent bounder and deserve the thanks of all Shire folk. We don't go in for uniforms, but I must say you've earned another feather in your cap. Take it with my thanks. So we get the title Honorary Sheriff, and we get a Bounder's Cap, which has a little bit of a special feature. Because in addition to the armour and the crit rating, it gives us +2 to our hope. which buffs our little hope score. So it will increase our maximum morale and damage dealt, and it will help to counteract dread in some other areas as well. So it's a handy little hat. You don't get many with that on there. But I've got nowhere to put it in my bags, which is typical. So let's get rid of some items. There we go. So, Sassy Sam, on Gladden in Bree, I have sat and listened to a group playing a lot of classic rock-type songs. They were really good. So yeah, some people do it kind of ad hoc, just every now and then. They'll do a little bit of stuff. Some people do literally just have proper bands in-game. And they will schedule kind of concerts and stuff. So, I can't say I can speak from experience about Crick Hollow. But let's hop on a horse. But Laurelin, where I play, is the European roleplay server. So that doesn't mean you have to roleplay your character. You can just be a normal person, just doing whatever the hell you like. All it means is try not to break other people's immersion.
Good day.
Go get White Harverton. Don't have a stupid name like Pew Pew Master 9000 or something silly. And you might come across people that will roleplay, so they'll be using like their say chat and just pretending they are a hobbit and having conversations and stuff. And it can be very interesting just watching them doing whatever they're doing. Other than that, you'll get people doing like lots of events and stuff. So whether it's necessarily role-playing based, they could just be people organising silly things like doing chicken runs or all sorts of things. But you tend to get a bit more events on the role-play focused servers. So Lost Shire Hobbit, you're on Crick Hollow 2. Nicole, this game is legendary. Crick Hollow is awesome. And you're all getting excited about Crick Hollow. Lost Shire Hobbit, your main has just reached the Wold, which is the start bit of East Rohan, isn't it? So yeah, you're up here. So just starting Rohan. So you have to let me know. I don't know how much you've played in the Wold, but whatever you think of the Rohan music so far. So certain different regions of Rohan will play certain different tracks, but some of them are pretty epic. And as well, unlike a lot of the other parts of the game, some of the music tracks are voiced as well by an orchestra. So there's only certain areas of the game where you do have voices in the soundtrack. So Moria's got kind of a lot of like deep voices doing some chants and things. But in Rohan, you've got some proper singing with proper lyrics as well, which is pretty awesome. So every time, one of the particular tracks, I can't remember what it's called, but it's the one that has the lyrics that basically say like, we are bold, we are strong, we are Rohan, which is pretty cool. Where am I actually going? I need to talk to Lobelia. And then depending on how the situation is in the chat, if I'm up to date, I'll probably wrap up there then. Just about making do with my bags. Nicole, where can you upgrade your legendary weapons now, since they changed during the changing of the legendary system? If you're going to ask me, I'm probably the wrong person, because I still haven't done that on my main. So I'm not fully up to speed with the new inscriptions and things like that. But possibly Lost Shire Hobbit or Keepy, if he's still in the chat, might be able to point you in the right direction of some stuff. But otherwise, I'm not entirely sure myself, unfortunately. I probably should do that, because I need to play my main and get Bria the Hobbit Burglar up to do some stuff, because she's nowhere near where we currently are in the questing. She's like a couple regions short, where she hasn't been playing for a couple of years, or certainly not the new endgame content. So I need to get back on her and do some stuff whenever I get the time. Lost Shire Hobbit, you love it. You've done a tiny bit of the Wold. You have a headcanon that Cicero's, your main, knows Iwara, who is an OC sister to Eowyn, and Aemma, so all your characters know each other. So, who is Iwara? Is that an NPC or is that another one of your characters? The name doesn't ring a bell. I'm guessing it's possibly another one of your characters. Yeah, I can't remember what pieces of the soundtrack start in the vault, but I think it starts pretty subtle. There's not really like a piece of music that makes you think wow. But I think like the first one of them that you'll probably get is when you wander into the Norcrofts. You get some nice tracks there. I think my favourite pieces of music are down in the Suncrofts. It's your champion on Crick Hollow. Okay, yeah. So I've got a headcanon. I could probably make a whole video dedicated to my headcanon around my various characters, which I should probably do for a laugh at some point, because it kind of like it gets a bit silly with the amount of characters I've got. Like I would have had a head character for a character, and then maybe like a couple of years later I've created another character, and it's like another Hobbit burglar, but then they're a sister to my existing Hobbit burglar, and then that's the headcanon, and then a bit later there's another one, and it's like, oh, they're the younger sister, so now there's 3 of them that are sisters, and like working out all that kind of headcanon. And like my man captain's like a captain of Gondor, like my man hunter is like a man of Rohan, and working out what they fit in, you know, what happened, he got exiled, this happened to this person, and kind of working out how they know each other. And maybe some characters in my stables know each other, but others don't. And yeah, I could probably make at least one whole video, probably more for my headcanon for my characters.
Where's the goal of some folk?
3 months. 3 months? That won't do. Won't do at all. My birthday is in 2 months. Do you understand? 2.
I want a word with you.
I must have those fireworks in time for my birthday party. One way or another, by hook or by crook, I will have them, I tell you. Hyacinth said her fireworks were stolen, didn't she? Well, then the answer is simple. All you need to do is get them back from the thieves. Talk to Sheriff Smallborough here in Hobbiton, and I'm sure he will get you on the right path if you can pull him away from his mug. After all, that is what bounders and sheriffs, or whatever you are supposed to do, isn't it? Catch thieves and ruffians and recover stolen properties for upstanding citizens like myself. It certainly is. Now be off! So she's going to send me off to the sheriff, who is possibly in the south side of Hobbiton by the looks of it. But yes, so I think I've gone on a bit longer than I originally intended for this evening. But yeah, we've definitely got at least one more live stream in us for the Shire. I suspect the rate we're going, it's going to be 2. But we've not done too bad. We've finished our post quest for the evening. So we're delivering no more post. We've got the pies up to 6 of 12, is it? Yep, 6 of them. A bit more progress on our farms and our sites of the Shire. We've done our questing deed already, which is always good news. So we're coming along nicely. Alright, is he in here?
Hello there.
You've got my sympathy about dealing with Lobelia, but I'm happy to say this matter is completely out of my hands. Fortunately for me, there's nothing I can do about fireworks stolen in Tuckborough. I only deal with matters arising near Hobbiton. You should go talk to the famed Paladin Took at the Great Smiles in Tuckborough. I'm sure he'll be able to direct you. But yeah, I think we'll wrap up there then. So there we go. Lost Shire Hobbit has piped up. You need to go to Gobeth Typhian, the Archive of Traceries in the last homely house in Rivendell. First floor on the left, and that's where the legendary item stuff now is. So there you go. You got your answer in there. Right, so thank you for everyone that is in the chat. Special thank you as well to Lost Shire Hobbit and Keepy, who have been looking up some stuff on the wiki or just pulling knowledge out of their brains to help me out in a tight spot. And thank you to everyone else that has turned up in the chat this evening. So off the top of my head, I know we've had John Bastian, Sassy Sam, Nicole Winters. Who else has been in there? Annoyingly, my chat keeps scrolling down. Joshua Excalibur, Julius Maximovus. I think that's everyone. I hope I haven't missed anyone. Yeah, thank you guys for showing up live. If you are watching this on the individual Let's Play LOTRO episodes that will be edited and coming out at some point, keep an eye out on the channel. I do put up some events for when I'm recording these. The live streams are recorded potentially a week or two or more in advance of when we actually release these episodes as edited content. But otherwise, feel free to watch the episodes whenever they come out in nice little bite-sized 20-minute chunks. But yeah, so thank you everyone for turning up in the stream. Thank you for watching if you're watching the individual episodes. And I will see you guys next time.